Ladies and gentlemen, may I present for your intellectual and philosophical pleasure,
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Channel 99.
Okay, let's get down to it, boppers.
Yeah, buddies. It's the Ron and Fez show. Our first day back of the new year. Thursday, March 12th, 2015. In the year of our Lord. Lots of stuff going on today. Fez and I watched a screening of a powerful film last night called Call Me Lucky, and Fez, you almost didn't recover from it.
Didn't recover from it, and it visited it in my dreams last night.
I don't want to give anything away to the audience because it's an unbelievable film. This is a documentary that Bobcat Goldthwait, who I've talked about many times on this show, being one of my favorite filmmakers, and he did it on a legendary comedian called Barry Crimmins, and Barry was incredibly brave. I was thinking when I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I just feel like I don't go anywhere near the deep end of the pool. Like, I feel like I'm a swimmer, you know? I feel like I'm swimming, but where? Down in the kiddie pool. But as the film rolls out around the country, just won a big award in Boulder, playing at one of my favorite places in the whole world, the Boulder Theater. We'll talk about it more. I think it's going to be in Chattanooga next. Bobcat's going to be down there doing a Q&A and all. And you just, if you get the opportunity to see this film, you surely must. Also, this is kind of cool. The people at El Rey heard about me talking about one of my new favorite shows, which is on the El Rey network. Actually, there's so much stuff on there that I dig. But it's the director-to-director show where Rodriguez sits down in a very unmasked way and talks with directors. He does like 2 hours with Quentin Tarantino going over the films, and since it's one director talking to another director, you're getting stuff that if you yourself had never thought of some of this. But just alone to hear Tarantino talk about music and what he picks and why he picks it, it's just it's a really, really cool show. And then they have like a Grindhouse series, so you're seeing this, but it's The Director's Chair is the name of it. The Director's Chair on the El Rey network. But they sent us this poster from the first one that they did with Francis Ford Coppola. It's just really, really cool. All the different movie characters against Francis's face. So I thought I'd give that out to a Francis Ford Coppola fan. You have to be like really into Francis Ford Coppola because this would be a collector's item for you if you are. And Shelby, when we ship this, I want it to stay in nice condition.
Got it.
I don't want this to be what I now call a Shelby shipping. You a Coppola fan at all?
Yeah, I'm a huge Coppola fan. And
favorite movie?
The Godfather.
First?
No, number two.
Okay, so now you leap ahead. Number two. The one movie of his, well, first of all, I've probably seen The Godfather the first two so many times I can't even stand it. But The Conversation, to me, is maybe the perfect movie. Maybe that perfect movie, like I can remember the first time I saw it, how shocking the swerve was to me. But then I felt like that every single time that I watched it.
Where do you rank Jack on the list of Coppola films?
You try to bust balls, isn't it? See how he tries to bust balls with
El Rey does something very nice.
Yeah, El Rey.
Shit on it.
Yeah. El Rey does something nice, and then the miniature shock jock. Yesterday he was my wingman, but not today, Fez.
No, that's why you can never call him a wingman. You never know when that wing's going to fall off.
Thanks. I need a wingman today. Who wants to be it?
Me.
Okay.
I'm in.
Fez has raised his hand for wingman. And there's two things.
I raised my wing.
Yeah. That means you agree with every single thing that I say, and you don't bring up a movie jack when I'm promoting something. And then two, you go out and get me wings during the show. So it's actually a big day for you. You get double stuff.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
The director's chair, that's on El Rey Network. Different showtimes throughout the week, so go to elreynetwork.com.
And then, they have that wrestling that you would like, Fez.
Lucha Underground.
I've been invited to that if I get to L.A.
Lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Call me lucky. That's my thing. Actually, compared to Barry, call me really lucky.
They have a wrestler. He has the scariest mask in wrestling out of all the luchadors.
Yeah.
I think his name is Pentagon 2 or Pentagon Jr. Just frightening looking.
A lot of stuff is scaring you these days, pal.
Yeah.
Including your own dreams, huh? Your own mind is getting you.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas, Rhode Island.
Hey,
Yeah.
what you got for me?
I don't have anything for you.
You don't?
No, thanks for calling. I don't know what this is about. I felt like a dealer there. You know what I mean? The Eagle has not landed. Homeland Security is watching everybody. What is this? Is this live? The police up on the roof in a home in Ferguson, tactical situation. During my lifetime, I have seen the police go from looking like the police to looking like the army. You know what I mean? Like, police did not look and dress that way when I was younger. They all used to look like Barney Fife. So I guess this is something from those two cops being shot last night, huh?
Yeah, they still don't have a suspect, so maybe this is involving that. Maybe they've zeroed in on the shooter.
The wingman feels very strongly right now that we've zeroed in on the shooter. We've zeroed in. The net is closing here.
And we're going to stand on his roof until he comes out.
Did you just say a roof?
I may have.
You didn't. I just threw that out there. And I'm going to use the word. I'm going to use an initial here I don't like to use, F with you. And not the other F. First F.
Oh. To me, the other F is becoming the first F.
Well, then you're the one who invented the word. You've invented the phrase, the other F word. No one else has ever said it, including all the Fs out there.
It's his humble brag.
That he, invented it?
Yeah, the other F word.
Yeah.
He should brand that.
I actually don't even think there's anything humble about it. I think it's just a straight proud brag. But Barry is concerned about you, Fez, because he heard you yesterday. Are you okay today?
Yesterday was a very, very rough day. I'm just going to stick by you and be your wingman.
All right. You like it over there, huh?
Yeah.
You like being under the wing. I bet when you were a little kid, they would have had to give you those little pilot's wings that they would hand out, which, by the way, I never got.
No, I never flew until I was an adult.
Still can get them as adults. I've known adults that ask for them. I asked for one when I was a little kid, and the pilot actually said this, son, these are for people that we think could become pilots.
Wow.
If anything, we'll get you a miniature welder's helmet. Something that you could feel excited about.
Way harsh, Captain.
Are they all captains?
You know what? I don't think they're all pilots, because some are co-pilots, but I think they're all captains.
Even the co-pilot is a captain.
Yeah.
They have to be. They're the person who has to sort of take charge if the pilot's kind of screwing up, and that's where they think a lot of these Asian flights are going down, because they're
You're a racist. You're a racist.
But you never hear the announcement, Captain Phillips will be assisted by Lieutenant Johnson.
Private Anderson up here?
Oh, God.
This is going to be the last time I talk because I'm kind of weirded out right now. There's a lot of buttons. You don't even like to look at the cockpit.
No, because it just looks like a technical mess. It looks like somebody just poured the guts out of every machine into that little tiny room.
Joey, what's up, buddy?
What's up? What's
Hey.
up, boys?
Hey,
What a piece of junk Cablevision is. We in Westchester and all over. We don't even get the El Rey network.
you're insane. Because you're missing out on the Grindhouse movies.
You have to call them and ask for it.
Not, yeah,
Is that what you got to do?
That's what they say. Call it, if you don't get El Rey, call
I
your
can't-
local cable operator.
I can't even get my local cable operator to show up for me, let alone put on the programming I want. Fez, since you're the wingman today, what's on your mind? What's bothering Fez?
Oh, there's Page 6 did an article in the New York Post about Rosie O'Donnell. And a View producer, I guess this was a few weeks before Rosie left the show, a View producer started screaming at Rosie on the set in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And so it became an HR issue, and the producer was suspended and then eventually fired.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reading the story, and then I scroll down to the comments section it's on the iBind, the link is there. I scroll down to the comments section on Page 6, and everybody is so anti-Rosie. Rosie didn't say anything controversial. She didn't offend anybody. And yet everyone is still anti-Rosie when she's the one that got screamed at.
I'm going to guess everyone but you. You're pro Rosie, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't really know this story, but
Well, apparently this went all the way up to the corporate ABC offices.
yeah, I'm not part of that. I'm not privy to what happens in those offices. But why would anyone care about this? This is two co-workers having an argument, right?
Right. Yeah.
Why does this matter to the general public?
Well, it's just when The View constantly changes staff and personnel and cast, it's an insider look at what's going on at that show.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yes, it's you're wondering what's going on there.
I haven't. So people are yelling at each other. Now you're mad about what happened in the comment section?
Yes, why do people just have to go after Rosie when things aren't even her fault?
Well,
She's just, I am sick of the universal hate for Rosie O'Donnell.
Is this a gay thing?
It's an anti-gay thing. I know that much. It's an anti-gay thing. It's an anti-heart attack victim thing.
Wait a minute. You think people hate heart attack victims?
I think they cheered when Rosie had a heart attack.
I think you're on new meds. I don't even know. I can't even follow this story. So the bottom line is you want people to like Rosie O'Donnell more.
Yes, she's
Right.
hysterical.
So what you got to do, Fez, this can be your new thing, is that you come up with topics of why people should love her, and you got to turn it around from a PR point of view.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
suppose that if you were the PR company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your campaign can be stop not liking Rosie.
Or-
that can't be it. You got to find positive reasons for us to like Rosie. Like, give us a big joke she's doing right now that everybody can get behind.
All right, I can't think of a Rosie joke offhand.
All right, is this the reason why you like her? Because she's gay and she had a heart attack?
It makes me feel close to her, yes.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. All right, so we're all going to... Fez every day is going to find reasons why we like Rosie. And then we'll stop writing bad comments. Where were people writing bad comments?
This was on the Page 6 website.
Yeah, I go there every morning and I put my comments in. Normally it's about the Kardashians.
Are you a big Todd Glass fan too? Because he's gay and he's had a heart attack.
Yes, I am.
He loves Todd Glass. I would say...
I came very close to reading his book. I just don't read.
But dude, you would have really liked his book. His book would have spoken to you. It would have actually helped you with this, your gay uncomfortability.
And it's not like, oh, they give you a self-help book, maybe. Like, this would really, I read it, and it's a great book. He says everything that you need to hear.
And yeah, but don't take this the wrong way. He was never comfortable with being gay.
Right.
So it's just a way of showing, how you start to like yourself a little bit.
Well, I could definitely use that.
I know Ant was saying a lot of nice stuff about you yesterday. You weren't even on the phone with him.
No, I did not want to participate in that. I didn't know where it was going. So I opted not to speak.
You didn't speak at all.
Well, just to tell you that I didn't want to go on.
Well, he was saying some lovely things. He was saying some lovely things. Here's Matt. Matt.
Well, hey, Ron, I just got to say, I don't want to jinx it, but I am so proud of how active Fez has been the last couple of weeks. I don't know what fire you lit under him, but man, it's great to have him.
I don't want to yell that Fez is back, but Fez is back in a big, big way. The wingman is there again.
Well, I'm proud to see it going on. Talk to you later.
I'm thinking about medium today. You know, my
Really?
yeah, my stomach doesn't feel that good.
All right.
You know, you still got that 50% off for life, right?
I got it. Yeah, I've got it laminated so I don't lose it.
Did BL ever get one for Chris?
No, that never happened. She promised one.
Yeah, she did. She makes a lot of promises, that nine-fingered girl. All right, Shelby, let's let you get into this.
Did you see this crazy video on the iBang of a cop just totally going wrestler on these two spring breakers?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't insane, especially since like the situation in Ferguson, where every cop is just getting just annihilated for how they treat black people. But I think if this video is hilarious because he's picking on two white guys, but if there was like this guy versus two black guys, this would be all over the CNN right now. Not like the tactical situation. This would just be on a loop. I'll know we're in a post-racial society.
What are you doing over there?
Post-racial
What has
society.
gotten into you two guys?
When the races go away, Ron.
I know, but
Yeah.
what has happened to both you guys are into political rants this morning? So you're saying
Yeah.
life is hard for white spring breakers.
This is hilarious, but if there was a black people in this video, we would be horrified.
All right, that's because of this.
Yeah.
When you when you see a cop cuffing two white kids at spring break, the chances are 100% that they deserve it, because there's nothing but drunk white kids down there being rowdy. But when you go from 10 drunk rowdy to 11 drunk rowdy, that's when they start to get bowdy Fez. So he's saying to me, I need you to help explain this.
I'll get you through it. I'm your wingman.
He's saying that there's some kind of that white people have it tough because when they get arrested, no one is alarmed by it.
Right, yeah, that nobody takes this seriously. CNN isn't showing up in Fort Lauderdale with camera crews.
First of all, I don't know how old you are, but they haven't done spring break in Fort Lauderdale since probably 1968. What do you go back to? Where the Boys Are? Was that your time?
It's a good song. It's a theme song.
It's a wonderful movie, too.
But this cop is taking it to a 10. Like, he puts one of them in a chokehold, and he's practically going into Hulkamania and putting his hand to his ear, like, having the crowd cheer him on. It's insane.
Yeah, you don't need to put it on for us. It's up on the iBang if anybody wants to go and view it. All right, Fez, back to you. We're just going through. I'm going to let you guys do rants today because you're both all fired up.
South Africa.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Yeah.
What are we against there? Apartheid?
No, these South Africa game preserves are setting up mutant animals.
By the way, doesn't that sound like delicious, a game preserve? You could just spread it on your toast in the morning?
Delicious.
It gives me that antelope-y taste that I'm looking for.
So these hunting grounds, they're mutating wild animals for big game hunters to show up on these preserves.
I've never heard of this, but this is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, this is where you're going to mutate something into something you can't stop.
On the new Jurassic Park, they're actually making new dinosaurs.
Because that's what we needed.
So what are they making?
Well, what they're doing is, so these game hunters show up, they're going to hunt these animals. They've mutated lions to be bright white.
Kimba.
Yeah, that's one. Another is they've taken a gnu, which is normally gray, and they've made it like a bright orange, like a bronze. So they're not mutating these animals.
They're just dyeing them.
So that these great hunters are taking home something unique. They're only mutating them so that they're even easier to kill. They're just they're taking away their camouflage.
So you think that they should mutate them to make them harder to kill?
Well,
a lion with like wings.
That way, if it can fly away when it sees the hunters approaching, I would be up for that. I don't know how these people can go to these preserves, shoot these animals that have been mutated, basically with targets growing out of their fur, and feel good about themselves. To come home and say, oh yes, I killed a lion, here's the head.
And now you've heard the rest of the story.
To me, they're the biggest cowards. They're supposed to be, we're these great hunters.
The lion's stupid. He should know, hey, I shouldn't have sex with this other lion. I'm going to put a big target on myself.
That's not how they do that, though.
Yeah, they force him to have sex.
They don't not.
That's how they breed.
That's not how you breed a mutation.
Take one weird-looking one normal-looking one, and then they're going to make a sort of normal weird-looking one.
You know what I feel like?
You just heard his own family tree?
No, exactly. But it feels like we're in a family that our son is like a special needs and he's in the back seat going off on something he knows nothing about. And I don't feel like telling him to shut up because I think it's just good that he's trying something.
We found his thing.
Yeah.
DNA modification. Some kids...
Which he thinks takes, is really, really slow.
Yeah. Some kids take to music or art. He takes to DNA rearranging. So you can't... a hunter that's coming back...
By the way, I've never even heard of this thing. I've never heard of one story any of you guys are bringing up today.
I was shocked when I heard this.
I don't know whether there's crystal meth around here, but something is happening big. It's exciting. It feels like a mutation of this show.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they're not mutating them where they're down to one leg. Just so it's even easier to shoot. Just have dead lions in the gift shop and save everybody the trouble. Step off the plane, wrap that up, take it home in a gift bag.
Here's Bob. Bob.
Yeah, Ronnie, tell that Fez to take some spelling lessons. The animal spelled GNU is pronounced new, not GNU.
I was wondering why he even went for it, but he was just going sentence after sentence, and I was like, go ahead and run on.
Just let him go.
Yeah, right on, Josephine.
All right, thanks.
By the way, the people from El Rey wrote to me, thanks for riding with El Rey. And I'm
nice.
like, we got to lift that. We got to start telling people... thanks for riding with Ron and Fez. You're all 1%ers.
And we still have that director's chair poster feature.
Yes, I'm not giving it away yet, Fez.
Right.
I just said we have it, and at some point I will give it away to a lucky, lucky listener. Here's Ezra. Go ahead, Ez.
Hey, Fezzy, first of all, if you were more concerned about the animals being mutilated, they wouldn't have to be mutated in the first place. But on the other hand, I'm really happy that you're doing a view bit again, because if we all remember the last time you did it, it involved Star Jones and a feet post.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember when you used to do the Star Jones impression?
No, when did I do that? Oh, okay, I remember it.
Remember how the voice sounded?
Yeah.
And every day you'd tell us how she rubbed up on a feet post.
Yeah, I don't remember that part of it.
You got to get that back. You sure like The View, huh?
I don't watch it, but I really am fascinated by the behind-the-scenes looks at it.
Really? That's really, huh? Fascinated.
Just by who they bring in and out to fill those chairs. It hasn't been good since Joy Behar left.
Nothing has, my friend. Nothing has. Allison, I see you got a husband now.
Yeah.
Did he leave your fingers in a wedding cake, or is it sticky fingers?
Yeah. I was wondering if Fez is going to watch Dancing with the Stars to support Michael Sam.
I've never watched that show before. I'll watch it this season.
Oh, good.
Well, why don't you just wear that jersey that you bought?
Well, that was two teams ago.
You can finally use it.
I'll wear it the night if he makes it to the finals.
All right, Carla writes something really interesting. She says, it's so funny how when Fez is participating, Shelby is too, after no talkie for a long time. They are the same person. And that goes to proof, Fez, when you come in with energy, your mini-me does as well. And then when you're down and depressed, so is your mini-me.
So the wingman has a wingman?
Oh, please. If we fucking did a me and my shadow bit with you two guys dancing, there wouldn't be a fucking dry pair of pants out there. You guys are the same. He is a younger you. And
but I wasn't like me when I was younger.
Huh?
I didn't have all these anxieties and phobias and things.
Who were you like if you weren't like you when you were younger?
I was a completely different me.
I'm ready to hear all the details because I've never heard anyone say I wasn't me when I was younger.
Yeah, I was a different man. I wasn't anything like Shelby when I was Shelby's age.
Do you realize this is how people get locked up when you say stuff like that? I wasn't me when I was younger. I was someone else. Completely someone else.
I can't be responsible for those bodies.
Rick. Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, Ronnie. Calling just to see what you and I had a talk yesterday about your Eagles, and you had painted a picture of Chip Kelly walking down the street with getting hit in the head with everything from rocks to beer cans because of the moves that he's made. And I was wondering if you're feeling any better after the DeMarco Murray situation today.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to sit around and cheer for off-season stuff. That's ridiculous. I got in elevators with people today, and all they asked me about is the Eagles, as if I'm somehow connected to this. I don't even understand how people get excited during draft time. I think that you have to be borderline insane to sit and watch a draft, because you don't even know what you're looking at or if any of this is going to come about. And yet people are cheering and wearing their shirts. And now it's not even going to be in New York anymore because you can go out and sell it to other cities. Cities are buying the fact that the draft comes there like it was a Super Bowl.
I might watch it if they decide, hey, I'm going to draft a basketball player or a baseball player, but you can just check it out later on and see every pick.
But here's the thing for you. How do you feel about your Steelers that you loved basically hoping that Troy just retires and goes away?
Yeah,
so they don't have to see him in another jersey.
He saved them numerous times, like one of the most beloved players in history. But they're like, yeah, just go away. We don't want to pay you. Even though he says, no, I've got a couple more years left. You guys, just please keep me.
They don't care about anybody. Chip Kelly's right. Just go and grab anybody from anywhere and you know what? Chip Kelly ought to go so far out the box that he starts punting on first down. That would be, to me, and then when everyone's freaking out, he goes, I know what I'm doing. I'm getting field position like no one has ever had before. And that's what this game's about.
He may end up a player coach. He's going so far outside of what normally would happen.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Is our buddy stopping in here?
He's coming down the hallway now from the lobby.
Well, from the lobby to the hallway. What we do, just like Fez likes with The View, we like to give you the behind the scenes as well. Joe Coy is going to be here. Joe Coy. And does he have his opening act with him, or yes or no?
I don't know about that.
He may, we just heard, have his opening act with him. So we'll try to get that information put together. But everybody loves Joe Coy. Gary in Texas.
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, a question. I know a lot of people, alumni, have left Saturday Night Live with limited success, but Fallon is just killing it. I had no idea he was this talented. I kind of wonder where what's your thoughts on him as an entertainer in general, because he's way more talented than I ever realized.
Well, obviously he's a triple threat. He sings, he dances, he does impressions. I'm a big fan of the Tonight Show because I like to see movie stars play quates. So I don't think you could want any more. But I think that Jimmy Fallon has moved into what you would call beloved area with people right now.
Oh, America adores him.
Yeah. Well, Can't get any more fun than that, right? What's this from? I don't know. I've always been curious why people that work here send me emails during the show. Particularly on a day where my wingman and my wingman's wingman are just kicking ass. Just taking names. Should be very, very exciting. Garrison, go ahead.
Hey, Ron, Fez. First of all, Fez, you're not a wingman today. You're Goose. You're sitting right behind Maverick. You're right with him.
I'm starting to think just the opposite. You know, he's not the Iceman. I think he is Maverick.
He's real.
I think I've moved over to wingman status.
Yeah, he's right on it today. But my favorite Coppola movie is The Rainmaker. That was the best movie that I've seen that translated what was in the book to actually on the movie.
So that's how you define a director, huh?
Well, no, it's the anger that I had when I was reading John Grisham's book about the character that John White was playing, the insurance company's attorney, and that when I was reading the actual book, it would make me so angry I wanted to throw the book across the room. And he transformed that into, and granted,
I can't think of a better idea of what to do with a John Grisham book than to throw it across the room. All right, Joe Coy is here. Joe Coy is here performing at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York tonight, March 12th. Through Saturday, March 14th, joecoy.com for additional information. Let's bring in Joe. I was curious of why Fez was so excited and fired up today, and then I just realized his favorite person in the world, Joe Coy, is here.
My boy, Joe Coy.
Yes.
Do you know Fez never shows up to see anyone?
That's what I heard.
Do stand up, and then he came back and was just telling us how marvelous you were.
It was actually my mouth dropped when I saw him, and I was like, "You're really here?"
Yeah, he doesn't do that
ever.
I don't go out.
You don't leave your house mainly because of sundowners?
Yeah, it's really tough at around dusk.
Have you ever heard this disease before? Or
I've never heard of it.
I guess it's not a disease. What it would be considered?
A condition?
Yeah. So the thing with Fez, as the sun is dropping,
yes,
Fez loses control, and you expect what to happen, Fez?
Anything bad.
Just feels like doom.
If I am too far away from home base,
yes,
when the sun starts to go down, I am in a panic, and I'm running for the subway. I'm running for my home.
This is a mental thing.
Yeah, it's a mental, emotional, psychological thing.
And now I'm concerned because you came by yourself.
Yeah.
He was by himself.
He's always come by himself, Joe. No one's ever been there with him.
No one's ever came with him.
No.
I know what you guys are
Not
saying.
after or before.
I'm done. Now I'm going to go eat. But I didn't do anything, Fez.
But the sun's dropping.
The sun's dropping and I'm done. I came and I saw and I'm gone.
Remember that time we were out with one of the bosses here, and the sun was setting,
yeah,
and we're down along the Hudson River, and I just kept commenting on it. Fez was trying to turn his back, and like when he was cutting his food, his hands were shaking, and I'm like, wow, man, that sun is dropping fast.
I just ended up scooting next to the person because I kept moving my chair to avoid seeing the sunset.
Wow.
Most people find it romantic.
No.
I don't know. Have you ever met anyone else with sundowners?
No, I've never run into anyone else that has said, hey, I have that.
Yeah.
And he was a werewolf.
Yeah, maybe that's what it's about. Maybe you're afraid of wild animals. You know, I'm sure.
Maybe there is an animal inside you, Fez.
That comes out at night.
That comes out at night.
Ow, where was London? I saw Fez Watley walking down the street. But
hurrying home.
But once it gets dark, you're okay.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm confused on this story. I thought at night you're just a complete I'm fucking mess.
No, I'm fine at night.
Oh, okay. It's just this. It's when the sun sets.
When that transition happens.
I was going to say he was completely normal at my show.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like he was suffering. You looked happy.
Yeah, if it goes to nighttime, it's like a relief.
Because it's happened. I think, here's what my theory is now. This is your inability to accept death. And the dropping of the sun reminds you of the fact that we are all mortal and life is finite.
Night is falling on all life.
Yeah.
That's fucking deep.
Yeah,
that was good.
I feel good about myself.
Now I'm scared of sunsets.
But are you afraid of sunrises? Have you ever been up early in the morning?
Oh, he's awake. He's waiting for it by the window. Come on, get over here, son.
There it is.
I already ironed 3 shirts.
It did come up tomorrow.
That's nice, though. But have you been up at sunrise before?
Yeah, I've been up at sunrise. Yeah, and it doesn't. I don't have sun-uppers disease.
Good.
What is it called? Sundowners?
Sundowners.
Yeah, when the sun's going down.
You better take care. He is afraid of the sun dropping out of the sky.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. You look great.
Thank you.
You know, after his last heart attack, I think everything came together for you, Fez.
Yeah, I think
you've dropped into what this is the first time I think you've followed the regime that they laid out for you.
Yeah,
I think 4th time's a charm.
After the first one, I went really drastic with it. Lost a huge amount of weight. Then everything kind of came back on, and then went back and forth. And to this last one, I have listened to the rules.
That's good.
We had a cab driver where I used to work, and he was one of these big guys, 350. His presence was big too.
Right.
So when it was at a hotel I was working at in Vegas, and all of a sudden he was missing for like 6-7 months, and we were like, where is he? And then he came back, super skinny, just skinny. And we were like, where were you? I was like, triple bypass. I had a triple bypass. He goes, heart attack saved my life, man.
Yeah.
Like literally saved, because he was a completely different dude.
Just that was the wake up that he needed.
Yeah.
That was the wake up that he needed.
150 pounds.
But it must be like with addiction where you need to bottom out before you can go, okay, I'm ready to restart now.
Yeah, I mean, with me it was 4 heart attacks.
Oh my God.
And I think even more than the 4 heart attacks, it was the 10th stent when I hit double-digit stents in my heart.
Are you familiar with stents?
No, I don't know what stents are.
Stents are like straws, Fez, that they put inside the arteries.
They're like some sort of metal alloy, but they look like those Chinese handcuffs.
Yes.
First of all, that's racism.
They don't look like regular handcuffs.
They don't actually use those, and those are finger cuffs.
I've been arrested in China with those handcuffs before.
just take them away.
And I
can't move my finger.
And he goes, you're definitely guilty. Put these cuffs on your finger.
No, those are finger cuffs.
I thought finger cuffs was from the Kevin Smith movie.
And what was that based on?
China.
What they did to her.
No, what happens when you're actually in a finger cuff? Because one goes in one, the other goes in the other, so that's why they said that.
All right. I thought that was just like I thought that term was just used sexually.
But the thing that you're talking about, your hands don't go into it, right?
No.
Your fingers still.
Yeah, your fingers go into it. So that's what a stent looks like.
By your logic, we would call handcuffs elbow cuffs here in America.
You got 10?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not all at the same time.
No.
One of them is a McDonald's straw because they had to act quick.
With Coke still in it.
The kind with the tiny little plastic spoon-shaped thing at the end.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
I would just stop in there. Can I get some of those little spoons? Those little starting spoons?
What is it that causes this for you to have? Why? What is it? Hereditary or?
It's hereditary. It's very hereditary with me. It's the type 2 diabetes and a stress. They throw those things all in the mix for me.
Well, sundown has a lot to do with that stress.
It does. Every night.
I think out of everything, I think the sundowners is what's killing you.
My first heart attack happened at sundown.
All right, now we're
on to something.
Yeah. Now, did you have sundowners before then?
No.
All right, you just came up with it.
Now you
understand
it's not
it
the
now.
fucking diabetes.
No.
It's you and the goddamn sun, Fez. You're killing yourself.
You.
No one has ever told me getting too much sundowners is causing heart
The
attacks.
way you act, yes.
You're
putting so much stress.
Yeah, your heart is a moon. So as the sun goes down, your chest starts to bulge.
And I'm down to a crescent.
It's a full moon on his chest.
Aw. He's doing good, though.
Well, I'm glad we're saving your life today.
Fez, where is Joe playing? You got to, Fez's announcing skills have gone through the roof. What do you say is where do you think you rank right now in announcers in the country?
Top. Number one.
That's gigantic.
Yeah.
That's gigantic.
You have to see the fabulous Joe Coy performing at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. That is tonight through Saturday. LevityLive.com for tickets. And Joe Coy will be performing at Treasure Island Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vegas, baby. That's next Friday, March 20th. TreasureIsland.com for tickets.
That was good.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't know if I'd say the best in the country.
Tops.
Okay.
I say tops, too. The way he enunciates?
To me, the best announcers can do it at sundown. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
At sundown, if you could do that same read.
Yeah.
It'll sound way different. Joe Coy will be at... Oh, fuck, my legs are burning. We'll be at the Treasure Island. Holy fuck, how much time do we have?
Is there any light coming back?
Close the goddamn curtains. I'm doing my announcements. Fuck, I can feel my chest exploding. I got finger cuffs in my chest.
When you say things like that, I do feel it.
But the sun's going down today for no apparent reason. I don't know why it's happening
Why
right
would
now.
that happen?
I don't know. They say, I guess we're out of our orbit, is all. They're crying about. I tried to turn on CNN, but the guy was just crying so hard. I just was like, I don't know, something about we're out of our orbit. That's all.
People don't understand how important orbit is.
Orbit is very important.
They just don't get it.
Let's make shirts that say that.
Yeah. No one ever brings it up.
Never. No one gives a shit about orbit.
Thank God for this orbit, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm catching a few orbits today.
Isn't it even the thing that if we were any closer to the sun or further away, there'd be no life?
Right, yeah. We're in the Goldilocks zone is what they call it.
Is that what it's called for real?
Yeah.
Who calls it that? Big Bad Wolf?
Scientists.
Yeah.
Science calls it that.
That's very scientific, that term.
Goldilocks.
I like the Goldilocks term.
See, it's like the guy
right up there with Milky Way.
Guy just takes off his glasses. Looks like we're in the Goldilocks zone.
Goldilocks zone. I'm going to, just right when we get past the Milky Way, we should get right inside that black hole. I'm a scientist. These are my terms.
This is my calculator. I keep it with me at all times.
At all times.
And why do they all need white coats? There's nothing.
There's no fucking lab. You're not doing it. You just need chalk. Why do they still use chalk? You fuck. You never heard of dry eraser? The fuck are you still got chalk all over? I gotta clean the chalk.
I like to just see a physicist in a leather vest and no shirt.
Wow,
hey,
that's
everybody.
hip hop physicist. Hey, motherfuckers, y'all like gravity?
It's so
like a really cool. You never see it. Never a cool scientist. That is specifically for nerds.
Yeah,
the real nerd, not the cool nerds.
Right, not the nerds who have taken over the world.
No, not the cool nerds. The official, the real fucking nerds.
Yeah, real nerds.
Nerd.
Where
like I'm done masturbating. I can't wait to start masturbating again.
that's heavy.
Yeah,
that's up there.
Yeah.
Now here's for the mainstream nerds. They just announced this. The new Star Wars is coming out in December, right, Fez?
Yeah.
They said between now and December they're going to release 20 books so that the nerds will be able to catch up with what happened between the last movie and this movie.
It's actually mean to the Star Wars nerds because ever since Star Wars, the first 3 came out, there's been Star Wars books that have just all been thrown out the window. None of it counts.
This is all news to me. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were Star Wars books.
I didn't even know the first 3 were the first 5, 4, and 6.
We're the middle.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
He was
then the ones that just came out were 1, 2, and 3, right?
Right.
Fucking.
He should just say, George Lucas should have just said, know this, I'm the Tarantino of trilogies. No one fucking knows where you are in the timeline when I start to do my shit. You're a Star Wars fan, right?
Yes, I am.
This one is going to be great. It's Sundowners is the name of it, but where they go to planets where there's always the sun is setting in every scene. Does that bother you in the movie? Miller time.
Yeah, it can look really weird. It actually, when it happens here and the sky kind of everything kind of looks
beautiful.
No, kind of a weird orange. It like changes my state.
See, that's considered beautiful. The weird orange that you're talking about.
That's what people take pictures of and post on Instagram.
Yeah, everyone, they say if you put pictures of the sunsets on, you get more followers. That's how much people love it.
I always do.
You go and post those?
I got one posted.
Yeah, nice.
97 likes. Fucking still talk to those people.
One don't like.
Yeah. Thumb down. Why did you fucking post this?
He just unfollowed you.
Why are you putting up this trash?
What happened to sunrise?
The best.
You know what? Sunrise looks just like sunset.
I know. There's no difference.
Asshole. You're an asshole.
There's no difference.
There's no difference.
There's no better feeling, though, if I'm having a bout of Sundowners and I duck in a store or something, when you have that feeling of you come out and it's like, oh, it got dark outside.
Yeah, we all know that feeling.
That's a relief.
We all know that relief feeling of knowing that the sun set while we were buying fucking chocolate. I'm forgetting about our heart medication.
It's coming out of the store with a chocolate croissant. Oh, it's dark. This is awesome.
How come
I guess I'll finish this croissant
safely?
Yeah. How come you never get mad at Joe for doing an impression of your voice and everyone else you get mad at?
Joe Coy does it purely from a place of love.
I do.
Purely.
And he knows that.
Yes.
Are you going to go see him this weekend?
Yeah, I want to go see Joe Coy at Levity Live in West Nyack. Yes, I do.
See, that was like a quick announcement, right?
Yeah.
One of the coolest moments in my career was seeing Fez.
Wow. How was he dressed at night?
Oh, the same fucking outfit.
Okay.
Just like this.
Okay. You didn't wear any.
He said, he goes, this is my outfit for the day.
Yeah.
It's my uniform.
That, you're starting to look like the fucking cowboy from Toy Story, though, after a while.
It's like, I've got your name written on the bottom of my boot in case I get lost.
Like, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Because I never saw Toy Story. Is it good?
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, it's sad.
You never saw Toy Story?
I saw Flintstones. I felt like I saw everything I needed to see in
after
cartoons.
Flintstones, it was all done.
I mean, is the Toy Story, does he slide down a fucking dinosaur?
No,
Then
that's just
forget it.
Flintstones.
Get it? Yeah, was he late for work because the fucking dinosaur's head wouldn't come up?
No, it's Fred.
Did he just eat this enormous egg for breakfast?
Yeah. Did he have a rack of ribs that tilted his car to the side?
One time I was watching the Flintstones. My mom came in and started saying, "Ron, would you want to go like this? Shh, shh, shh. Watch the Flintstones."
My favorite
Flintstones.
My favorite thing is that the Flintstones used to be on primetime TV.
Yeah.
It was at 9. Like right after Dragnet. Stay tuned for the Flintstones.
Well, aren't they doing a new Flintstones with the wrestlers, Fez?
Yeah, it just came out this week.
What do you mean it came out? It's in the theater?
It's on video on demand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the Flintstones versus the WWE wrestlers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have
It's yeah, it was done so long ago. There's wrestlers that aren't even in the WWE anymore appearing in it.
Like who?
Yeah.
CM Punk Rock and Marble Henry.
Well, it takes a long time to draw.
Yeah, it's their Flintstone names.
I took my son to a WWE.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested at all. I'm like, are
Really?
you kidding me right now? Third row. I'm like, this is amazing. This is my childhood dream.
He didn't care.
Yeah, I told him, go to the fucking car. How dare you? How dare you not enjoy something so fucking amazing?
Go with a stranger.
I should have.
You took him to the Super Bowl. You told us how much you spent on tickets.
Geez.
The last...
No, I told you I was going.
Yeah.
And then I went. And I'm a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
So you know what happened to me.
Yeah. But you always have that story now. Forever.
Yeah, that it blew fucking 20 grand. on the worst fucking.
Before that happened, you couldn't have been happier. Right?
I was happy.
You were so happy leading up to. I mean, seriously, it might have been one of the most exciting moments of sport. I feel for the people that are Seahawk fans, the people of New England. It still hasn't even sunk in yet.
Yeah,
because they were so sure they were going to lose again.
Oh God, the world.
Yeah,
the world knew. I could not believe it. I never hugged so many people in my life. Saying, I can't believe we just won another Super Bowl. I kissed a man in front of my son. I go, can you believe this is happening? I love you. Mwah. He threw what? What the fuck did he just do?
I can't imagine being a big fan of that team and that happening.
That Super Bowl was 80% Seahawks. There were no New England fans. And there was a lot of Green Bay fans because they thought, because the Green Bay people bought their tickets, because you remember that game was over.
Yeah, that game was over too, yeah.
And they still bought their tickets for the Super Bowl, and they were there. So it was pretty much like you were at a Seahawks game. So it was depressing when that happened.
Yeah, it was just...
You felt the life just sink.
And, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure if you score there, the Seahawks are the team of the decade at that point. You know what I mean? Like, they are... There's not going to be multiple winners anymore.
And then you could pretty much say that Russell Wilson would be the, how would you say it? The Michael Jordan of football.
Well, you'd have to
come out that hard. I mean, he's only 4 years in now.
He's only 4 years in, and he would have beat two Hall of Famers quarterbacks in, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to say enough good things about him.
Yeah.
And now, that will follow you the rest of your life like
forever.
a scar.
It's haunting me.
It's like you were at the prom and you just had a lovely night. You were dancing, you kissed her, and then on the way home, you kind of swerved the car, you hit a truck, and she died. Yeah. That's how your life feels now.
Right when she goes, I'm gonna suck your. What?
Well, come on, baby. You're just laying there. There's glass on you. You're in and out. Next thing you know, you're being pushed into triage. You're asking questions.
Yeah. Is she still alive? Can she still suck dick?
Did she blow me?
Can she still blow it all the way to the hospital?
Now you live with that. You have there's a limp on your soul. On your soul.
It's depressing. It's depressing. I went to the NFC Championship, too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went to that.
And so that had to be the most exciting.
The most exciting.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I can't even explain to you. The people that were sitting next to me that went back to their car, left. And I remember telling my son, I go, maybe we should go.
Right.
And then that onside kick, and my son was like, what are they going to do with the onside kick? I was like, and then I was explaining how shitty this ending is going to be. The onside kick, Aaron Rodgers is going to kneel, he's going to do it 3 fucking times, and then we'll get the ball back with 8 seconds, maybe. And then that shit happened. The miracle play happened.
And then that happened, and you and your son are having the time of your life. You're saying, this is so great.
Yeah.
Let's take our savings and go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I go, guess who's not going to college? You, little man. Let's go to Arizona. That's it.
Well, maybe you can go to 2 semesters of college and then figure it out from there.
Yeah, for sure.
But see, now I dig the fact that he likes football, but he doesn't like the wrestling.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. SummerSlam, 2 years in a row.
Didn't care.
Prime seats. He didn't give a shit. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's a sin, right?
Yeah,
You're supposed to love wrestling
for that.
Fez is a wrestling fanatic.
Fez will go.
Since I was a child.
It's the best.
I'll go with your son.
Do you like
Seriously, nobody wants to ever hear that, ever. That's like the worst thing that you could say to a man. That actually could be considered a threat. You could probably be arrested for just saying that.
Well, I hope not.
No, I would let you take my son. There'll be supervision, but I mean, there'll be someone watching
See, that's a problem.
My son will have a taser.
Good.
We're on the Jumbotron the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you like the wrestling now, or do you like the old wrestling? I like the characters of old.
Yeah, I like the old stuff.
Yeah.
I think the new guys struggle a lot compared to the old guys.
Yeah. It's really bad.
They have a lot of problem cutting promos.
Where's your prime time? What's the prime era for you?
I'll even say it'll go. I mean, of course, the legendary era. You know what I mean? All those guys, Hacksaw and Hulk and of course Rowdy was amazing. But I'll say Rock and Stone Cold, man, they were fucking.
I thought that was the best era. Fez, you go back to the 80s.
Where
you had
Joe
to bring,
was originally saying
you like to bring an animal to the ring. You're like, oh, look. There's an animal here.
The guy with the snake's fighting the guy with the parrot this week.
But they never had the parrot fight the snake. That would have been
the match of the century.
Shut the snake right at the parrot.
A mixed tag match.
Yes.
Fez and I, when we started radio, it was back in that time, and we got to do a flag versus flag match, USA with Hacksaw Jim Duggan against, I think it was like French Canada, Fez?
Yeah, it was the Canadian strongman Dino Bravo, who was from Quebec.
Yeah.
So they made us this offer, and then earlier in the week, back then they liked us because we wouldn't break kayfabe. We would just treat everything as fact. So early in the week, we were talking at the air, and Fez is like, I got to tell you the truth. Everything is so much better in French Canada. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I'm from there originally. So he really works it up. So then we go out and I'm carrying Hacksaw's flag. Fez has the other flag. And like when I went through that door, that room exploded so much.
Yeah.
I have brought The Who out on stage, right?
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. This was like 10 times bigger than The Who. The place went crazy. I was so excited. Fez went out with his French-Canadian flag.
Oh.
They started to boo him, but then Fez did what I thought was one of the most genius moves I've ever seen. He put his hands over his ears like it was hurting and started stamping his feet as if the booing. And I think
it was physically hurting.
I think I got a little caught up in it. I tried to jab you with the American flag. Like, I'll run through him. And they're like, that's kind of treating the flag
You
wrong.
looked at the fans. I'll kill him. You want me to kill him?
Yeah, you were just caught up. You honestly know how now, like that feeling, you could see why people got lynched down south. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The excitement level just got so big. But you loved being the heel. You were great at that.
That was fantastic. And nobody would rise for that French-Canadian national anthem, whatever it was.
How did you know to sell that the booze hurt you? Did you copy that from somebody?
That was all from Bobby the Brain Heenan.
It was genius, man.
Yeah.
It was genius. Those people, they were so happy that their booze were causing you physical pain.
Yeah.
That they continued to boo.
Yeah, they went crazy.
Oh, I love it.
One lady threw a baby at him. It was just
an American baby.
Yeah, we believe. And your kid doesn't like that.
No, doesn't like it.
How does he not?
He's not into it. I don't get it. And I keep asking him, like, you want to go to WrestleMania? He's like, not really. No. Rent it on pay-per-view. He doesn't really watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a nephew, because I was out of wrestling for a while, but he jumped into it, and he tries to FaceTime during every Monday. He just calls so he can watch wrestling with us, because his family thinks that he's special needs for liking the show. And they yell at him, it's fake. And then he goes in his room and he watches with us.
Yeah.
And Fez will come over, and you see so much of yourself in him, right? You were that obsessed as a kid.
Oh, totally. Just living and dying with it. And if your favorite didn't win,
oh yeah,
if Dusty Rhodes didn't go over,
yeah.
It was just heartbreaking for a week.
See, I never had that when I was a kid, because when I was younger, on TV, it was just like the great guy versus a jobber. There was nothing. You would never see anybody lose. You only hear about it.
My favorite part about wrestling is when he's passed out. Any wrestler that's passed out. And we all know that the third one, his arm's going to come up. But we all act surprised when that third...
Holy shit!
Holy shit, he's still alive!
He came out of a coma!
We go crazy.
Yeah.
And then he gets smacked in the face and he says no. Like, no, that one didn't hurt, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm going crazy.
On the third arm drop, he still has enough presence of mind to come up with a finger wagging no.
No.
Was that Hogan?
Yeah,
Did
Hogan.
Hogan invent that?
I think that was Hogan.
I think that's any wrestler, too, now. But Hogan was the best at it.
Hogan would get strength from the cheers.
Yeah.
Like, he would be so
He was the American flag.
Yeah. He himself,
for sure.
He himself was the American flag.
Yeah. He would go nuts.
I saw you look like you're going to make another big announcement.
I just want everybody to go see Joe Coy performing at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. Tonight, the show starts through Saturday. LevityLive.com for tickets. And if you're headed to Las Vegas, go to the Treasure Island Theater on March 20th to see Joe Coy perform. TreasureIsland.com for tickets.
That's. I can't believe I'm playing that stage.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, and I'm playing it the Pacquiao fight too.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man. The Pacquiao
Are
fight.
you going to the fight?
I'm going to the fight. You bet I am. And I'm taking my son.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's a horrible investment taking him.
But he'll remember years later.
Hopefully.
Yeah. This is the first gigantic fight that we've had in forever.
It is definitely the Tyson Holyfield too late, but glad it's still happening fight.
But I was watching today, and they were showing clips from yesterday.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at it, and I said to my chick, "I'm renting this." I thought I wasn't. But
you have to. You have to watch it. It's the only thing that's going to save boxing. Boxing is boring,
right?
And Mayweather has a lot to do what. But
who are you cheering for, though?
Of course, Pacquiao. I'm Filipino. I have to. It's mandatory. They'll stab me with a flag.
He is. What does he mean to the people of the Philippines?
He is Filipino Jesus.
Okay.
And I'm not even trying to be funny. He is literally Jesus Christ in the Philippines.
Wow.
He's that big.
Well, you know, when a place has an international star, you know what I mean? Hands of Stone had that in Nicaragua. Any Irish fighter who puts, a shamrock on his, they're gold. Because they represent a region now.
Yeah, and he is literally I personally think is what's saving the sport of boxing. I feel what Pacquiao does is what Tyson used to do back in the 80s, early 90s. It's like you had to watch a Tyson fight. You know what I mean? And I think that's how Pacquiao is. Because UFC, it's so much more exciting. You know what I mean? People, it's more popular. Obviously, it's got 3 championship fights a year. Whereas, boxing, it's like it's once a year that you might get something like this.
Yeah, I don't remember I don't remember the last time people cared about a fight.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't, and it's always just the marquee name that you don't really care about who he's fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Whereas Ali always it was every opponent. It was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great.
The greatest thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah.
Was Holyfield up here today, Fez?
Yeah.
I went to 2 of his fights live.
Which one?
I went to Holyfield when he fought the Mexican champion. I forgot his name. The first.
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. It doesn't come back.
I went to that one, and then I went to, I can't remember the other one after that, but went to 2.
What was the one we were at, Fez?
We were at Holyfield, Riddick Bowe.
And then we were at Holyfield.
When the parachute came in?
No, we were at
the second one.
Yeah, we were at Bowe
The
too.
War. Yeah.
And then we were at Holyfield Tyson.
Oh.
And that was Madhouse.
That must have been great to watch. Just I went to one Tyson fight when he fought Bruce Seldon. It lasted 15 seconds.
Right.
The minute he walked from the dressing room to unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
The greatest feeling. You can't even explain the excitement.
I was trying to...
Especially at that level. Yeah. Because that was before it all happened.
I was trying to explain that to somebody yesterday. I go, when you're at that big prize fight, it feels like you're going to throw up. You're so excited.
Yeah,
it
was that exciting.
A little kid that you're so excited. But, when he bit the ear off, no one in the room understood what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching on TV, you got it better. And we just saw a fight being stopped.
Yeah.
And then everybody started fighting themselves. They went running into the fucking casino. They're turning over tables. They went crazy.
They didn't show that on the news.
They didn't even show it on the local Vegas news, man.
It was that bad.
Everything got crazy. People were out in the streets. Fez thought that he was being shot by... and a drive-by. So Fez lets out... We're out on the street. Everybody's running every direction. All of a sudden... Fez is screaming, Ronnie, right? So first of all, his pants were too tight, so he couldn't run as much as he wanted to.
He had Woody's pants on.
I wore my fancy black jeans because it was a big prize fight, and I wanted to look nice.
And then we're running during the riot, and he's screaming, "My pants are too tight." So then we're out on the strip. and Fez screams that we're being murdered. I turn around, and it was a guy, and he was hanging out of the car, but he was just videotaping. But it was back in the days where you would have that big
the
camera.
huge camera,
So
yeah.
Fez just thinks it's an Uzi about to open up.
I assume
on everyone.
drive-by like a normal person would.
So this guy has a tape now. Fez going, Ronnie, we're gonna be killed.
And trying to unbutton my pants so I can run faster.
We couldn't. I actually had to get pliers. I had to go buy pliers that night to get his pants off.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It was that tight.
Oh, they were.
Fez.
Yeah, they were crazy tight.
So tight that you can't get your socks on underneath. You have to wear them on the outside of the jeans.
I couldn't put a wallet in my
Are
pocket.
your
I know
socks
that.
on the outside of your jeans?
There wasn't room for the room card to go in my pocket.
What were you hoping? That Tyson would fall in love with you and see you in your tight jeans?
I was in Vegas. I thought, you know, just look your best.
That's
how you do it.
That's the land of the tight jean.
Yeah. Now, what a great fight you went to, man. Do you still have the ticket?
No.
Ah.
Not only were we there, we were guests of the promoter, so we were being taken care of all week. I mean, we really, it was bigger than life.
Yeah, it was a whole. Yeah, it was the press conferences, the weigh-in, all of that.
Yeah, we had a blast.
That's great, man. And that Tyson walk-in is amazing,
It's
right?
unbelievable.
There's no other fighter that walks in like that. It's almost like gladiator times.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're still gladiators, but I'm
Right.
just saying he was the gladiator. Like the way he walked in with the towel around his neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it was special, man.
And everybody in Hollywood and politics and business shows up. So, you look over and it was like Jesse Jackson, who's sitting near Eddie Murphy, and there's Jack Nicholson. I mean, it was just like everybody that's kind of considered royalty in this country considers those two dudes royalty. You couldn't get bigger than that.
And there was no UFC. There was nothing else.
No.
So this was it.
Yeah.
And this is the fight that everyone was waiting for. Oh my God, man, that's so cool that you went to that. I wish.
Insane.
I wish. That's why I can't miss this fight. I hope to God Pacquiao knocks him out. I'd love to see that happen for the first time.
Well, it's going to be historic either way you look at it.
Yeah.
But with the way, I think what's going to happen is going to be so close with Pacquiao leading on points. And then with a couple seconds left, Pacquiao passes. It's intercepted. Boom, he's hit, and it's the Super Bowl all over again for you.
You fucking asshole.
Every bit of pain. And then you look over your son, you go,
Even the announcers are like, Pacquiao, all he has to do is stay on his bike. He has won. Stay away from Mayweather. He has won.
You just see him
Holy shit, he's on the ground.
His chin will be out at that point. This is like he puts his hands down.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Is there a reason why it's always freezing cold in this studio?
Fez.
Fez? It is. I am literally
sweat.
a piece of.
Turn it all down.
No.
Turn it all
This
down.
is Fez's room. We leave it cold. Fuck it. My nose started running the minute I came in here.
That's not good. Turn it down. I'll be fine.
You are. It is
Fez normally hangs meat in here.
was
That's
on-
how cold he likes to keep it.
I was wondering why you always wore a scarf every time I come in here, and this is why.
Yeah, because I have to keep it nice and cool for Fez, because you just go away if it's hot.
Oh yeah. I'll end up just falling asleep, passing out like a kid in a locked car.
Yeah,
I'll just pass out.
That's why I can't let him go with my son
no,
to SummerSlam.
they'll find them both.
Where's
dead.
my son?
Yeah.
Well, he went to get hot dogs an hour ago.
Somebody
I haven't seen him since. Fuck, I'm hungry.
One time the police arrested me for
Where's my son, Fez? I don't know, but I'm hungry. That little shit owes me 2 hot dogs.
I actually was arrested for leaving Fez alone in a car with the windows up, and it was like 6 months ago.
I was trapped.
The police showed up. They said he was dehydrated. Tom has a question for you about the fight. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, Joe Coy, are you got like an inside guy to get tickets from, or how much you willing to spend? Because like they're going to be fucking astronomical, like to get 2 tickets.
I got an inside. I've been kind of happy that I got a friend that I do, because I played the Treasure Island. So his wife is the one that books the Treasure Island, and he's the inn over at the MGM. Very lucky, lucky man. Now, where my seats are going to be, I don't know.
Just being in the building,
But I need to
is
be
cool.
there.
Yeah, just being in the building.
You know that the whole town is sold out already.
Sure.
It's sold out the minute they made the announcement. And they also said that it's impossible to buy the tickets anywhere. It's completely sold out already. So,
well, I'm sure it's just most of those tickets are going to go to High Roller, so
Yeah.
they're basically $1 million a piece.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is the whole thing of whatever the tickets cost, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Because billionaires are getting it because they're going to throw dice until they lose $2 billion.
Oh, my God.
Crazy how that town gets.
I can't wait, man.
Well, do you remember even what the tables were like how the limits went up so high on every table?
Oh, yeah, every
And
table.
it was just like these Compton, gangsters that were wearing tuxes, just like one color from from their shoes to their, and just money was just flying everywhere.
And bright colors. The bright green derby, exactly matching
Yeah,
the
it was like
green
partying
suit.
with the Joker.
Are you a leprechaun?
Where's my derby? And I was like looking around for it. Oh, Fez is going for the announcements. It's going to be exciting.
You can see Joe Coy tonight. You don't want to miss this at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. Tonight through Saturday, levitylive.com for tickets. And then Joe Coy performing at Treasure Island Theater in Las Vegas. That's next Friday, a week from tomorrow, March 20th. TreasureIsland.com for tickets.
Fez, can I plug my my Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
At Joe Coy, JOKOY.
That's it.
That's it. Everything.
You don't tweet. You Instagram.
I tweet.
You tweet and Instagram.
Yeah. And Instagram. And
it's
Vine.
the same. It's the same. And you Vine.
That is literally the Asian in me.
Yeah.
I know when something new on social media is coming out first, and I get my name. You'll never see me with the real Joe Coy or Joe Coy Comic 1. It's always going to be Joe Coy. I will be the first to get it.
You feel like that's an Asian thing.
It's an Asian thing.
Yeah.
I've always received a phone call. I swear to God. Hey Joe, you might want to get Instagram right now. I already put your name on hold. Just say accept. Hey Joe, there's this thing called Twitter. It's gonna be huge. Get your name now.
Have you ever signed up for something that didn't work out?
Hey Joe, get my something that didn't work out. Joe, get Pinterest now. Let people see what you like. It's awesome. I still have that Joe Coy Pinterest. My nose is literally turning into... Underneath my nose is a snot stash that I had when I was 10.
Because of the cold.
Because it's so cold.
And now you.
And no one's offering me a napkin. Not one.
And now, but that's because he. So he's going to his ear.
I
for a
just used my
napkin.
sleeve.
Yeah.
I just used my sleeve. Oh, I love you. I love it. I forget his name.
Yeah. Well, no, don't learn it.
So did I.
Never. Fez and him have a big problem with each other. He's too much like Fez. He's like a young Fez.
But he hates it when the sun rises.
Yes,
He's a fucking asshole.
He hates noon.
Yeah.
If the sun is over his head, he thinks it's
From
going to drop
12
on
to
him.
7, man.
Do you have other shows to do here today, too? Or are you?
No, I only do you.
Are you only doing us?
Yeah.
So, okay. I didn't know if you had a heart out here today.
No,
There's a
man.
time you got to get going.
This is the show.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. There's history in
Well,
this
we-
fucking room.
you know what?
You guys have seen it all.
You know what? We talk wrestling.
Yeah.
We talk boxing. We talk. It's a sports show.
It's
You
a
guys think-
sports show.
It's a sports show.
Who do you have for the fight? Seriously.
Well, I'm actually going to look into it more. You know? I mean, obviously, this should have happened years ago.
Yeah.
But I've stayed away from boxing for a while. And
Like I said, it's
and,
boring.
You know, Mayweather fights in a style that isn't the most exciting. It takes an incredible skill to do it, but it isn't the kind of fun style that you look for. But he wins. And he wins and he wins and he wins.
Do you think it's a kind of a bias that it's his promotions also?
Yeah.
It's kind of
is set up
bad,
for him,
right?
yeah.
That's like Nike holding the NBA finals.
Right. Which they kind of do.
Yeah, they kind of do. But it's not blatantly like Mayweather. It says it on the bill. Mayweather Promotions.
He's got to be a really smart guy because you think of most. I mean, there's Tyson.
Oh, he's beyond smart.
You know, Tyson has like $800 to his name despite everything he owned.
But see, I hate to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
But it's different, though, because Tyson was from that era where there weren't young entrepreneurs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was like, you're a boxer, I'm a promoter. No one knew that you could wear 2 hats back then. You know what I mean? And
it's true.
And that's the beauty of, and God bless, De La Hoya and Mayweather for figuring that out. You know what I mean? Because it would have been Don King and Bob Arum forever.
It is true and it actually would be until they got so old that they couldn't, that they gave it off.
Yeah, but they made everybody sign with them. They still have.
Yeah,
they got their hands on all of them. Still, Bob Arum still has his hands on Pacquiao.
I think the most amazing fight I ever saw in my life, and I think, is it on the interview show tonight? Or is that tomorrow night?
It was on last night.
I was on last night. Sugar Ray.
Oh, God.
Was such a beautiful fighter to watch. Now,
Amazing.
He's come in, he's done the show, I'm sitting as closest to you. Here's what's funny about Sugar Ray. If you would have gotten, you didn't know you were Sugar Ray, if you wouldn't have gotten a fender bender with him, you would have got out and start giving him shit. You would have been like, who the fuck do you...
Oh, my God.
You feel like, I think I could beat this guy.
Yeah.
That's because he looks like a Jackson brother.
Because he's so good looking.
Yeah.
And he's small.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Tiny guy.
Yeah.
I mean, his head barely went over the ropes.
Yeah.
And this guy was knocking out light heavyweights.
But the speed
Unbelievable.
that you would see.
And that's another guy. See, that's why, everyone compares Mayweather with Sugar Ray, because that style, that run. Yeah. But when Sugar wanted to go head to head, he would do it.
Yeah.
And he's done it with the big names, Roberto Duran, Hagler, you know what I mean? And
he's had the biggest fights of any fighter, I think. There was plenty of times you were like, I think Sugar Ray is going to lose to Duran again.
Yeah.
I think no one could beat Hagler.
Hearns.
Yeah. It was crazy. Hearns was amazing.
At that time, too.
Yeah.
Everybody
peaked at the same time.
Yeah. That was great, man.
And Fez, you weren't into any of that. You were just into wrestling.
He was just
wrestling. Yep.
You were like Dusty Rhodes because he's going to lose.
He should finally beat Harley Race at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, he used to lose the Harley Race?
Well, there was always the Dusty finish where you thought Dusty won. And something had happened during the match that the referee came to and reversed the decision.
Out of every sport, worst referees you'll ever see.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst. How about, do you remember that day when you finally found out that there was a twin? Remember that fight?
Oh, yeah.
The Hebners.
The Hebners. But no one knew. It was always one guy.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
And then I think it happened on a WrestleMania. And then both of them came out and I think it was like Hulk was like, what the?
Yeah. Well,
who was this, brother?
One was raising Hulk's hand. One was raising, I think, Andre's hand.
Did you feel like you were nuts?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the special effects behind it.
Yeah.
On how. No, I never assumed. Oh, there's just two of them.
That was a pre-CGI world.
Yeah. Of how they were able to pull this off.
Yeah. They hired somebody. That was a black actor in whiteface.
That guy's great.
Yeah.
Whoever he is, I don't know what he's up to. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I could play a motherfucking referee. Just put some makeup on me.
Who was the first black champion, Fez?
There was none.
They did it with WCW.
Let's go WWE first.
Oh, WWE? Then it's got to be The Rock.
Rock's not black. Oh, yeah, he is black. He's Samoan black.
I think the Samoans embrace him more than the blacks, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he embraces the Samoans more.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
He's got
That's the wrestler. Well, his dad wrestled, but there's more wrestlers on that side of the family.
Yeah, his dad's black?
Yeah, Rocky Johnson.
I didn't even know that was his dad.
That's right.
I didn't even know that was his dad. He was the referee that came in for that time.
He played the other Hebner brother.
How can you not love Rock? That was my favorite.
Well, first of all, Rock has got to be considered maybe the biggest wrestler of all time because he became a real movie star after it was done.
Yeah.
I mean, when Hogan made those shitty fucking Mr. Nanny or whatever he was doing, I mean, he made some terrible movies.
Yeah.
But The Rock is in real movies.
Yeah, The Rock progressed so far in his movie career that he gets billed as Dwayne Johnson. Whereas Hulk Hogan never went to his real name of a completely separate career as an actor.
Yeah, at one point they even dropped Hogan. They were just like, the Hulk is in this goddamn movie.
The real Hulk.
Yeah, the real Hulk.
Yeah.
Not the green one.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like, when you think about it, it's a terrible name to take the name of a TV superhero, right?
Right, yeah.
It was just such a bad idea.
Yeah.
But then that Macho Man took his name from a gay disco song.
An
is
anthem.
Really insane.
You know, when he did Rocky, McMahon didn't want him to do it. That's what it was. And that's why he changed his name to Luscious Lips or something like that.
Instead of calling himself Hogan, which would have been so smart.
Oh, Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips.
And that's what blew him up.
But that's
that
what blew
movie.
him up, though, which is crazy because McMahon didn't want him to do the movie. So, hats off to Hogan.
Yeah.
But then he made the wrong decision when he decided to take the juicer over the fucking griller. You know about that, right? You don't know about that?
No.
So he had first dibs on taking either the griller or the juicer, right? And then the second choice went to Larry. What's his name? George Foreman. So his wife told him to take the juicer because the griller's not going to sell. What a fucking horrible mistake that was!
Wow.
So that would have been the Hulk Hogan grill. And we all know what happened with Foreman. Yeah. So
more people know him from that grill than the fact that he was champion of the world.
No, the grill, man. That fucking grill was everything.
They started putting.
He said that every time they interview him, he's like, "That's like, that's one of the reasons why I hated my wife. It was the worst decision I ever made. God damn, I got 1,400 juicers in my garage. I haven't sold.
Look what you done to us. He was just on his shed every night.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? And he's like, easy, Hulk. Yeah. We drink juice. We never grill anything. I just went by our family.
More juice? He's just slapping it out of hands.
What am I going to do with juice, brother?
He's just got.
I eat meat. Can you juice meat, brother?
All these juicers in his garage that have been sent back.
Yeah. None of these juicers work, goddammit.
One blew up in a kid's face. Just shows up somewhere with a missing eye. But nobody's like that. No one has that kind of heat today, right? It's Hogan.
No, it's. I thought Daniel Bryan was getting close, but then he got hurt. Hogan at least lasted, but I thought Daniel Bryan was the wrestler that I've seen come closest to Hogan heat.
What about Orton?
No,
nothing.
No,
huh?
Orton's just really. The fans like him, but they can take him or leave him.
Yeah.
What about Rock's nephew?
Oh, Roman Reigns. He's got the main event at WrestleMania, and people just can't stand him.
Really?
Yeah.
Not good at all.
Yeah, they don't think he's good in the ring. They don't think he's good on the microphone. They think he got WrestleMania too quickly.
Yeah. What happened to characters, man?
I don't know.
Now they're just greased up in a little tight booty shorts.
Yeah,
What
and
happened to
everyone's using their real name.
What about the Undertaker, man? And these outfits that they would come out in. They don't do it anymore. There's no show anymore.
No. Even the pyrotechnics are like
lame.
Yeah, they're going away. The big pyrotechnic entrances.
You know what I miss too? I miss the poisonous dust that you blow out of your hand into the eyes.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
You know what? That's a very Asian thing too.
Yeah.
It'd always be the Asian wrestlers.
Yeah, the green mist or the green fog.
God, that's
Who was
great.
big for that? For the green mist?
The great Kabuki.
Oh, what an amazing person he was.
I think he was the first person I saw do it.
Was he that great, or was he just a good Kabuki?
He was good.
He was an average
The
Kabuki.
good Kabuki. You can't walk out to the good Kabuki.
Pretty okay Kabuki. Now, was he like? I always liked it back in the days where you might be like a good guy in your hometown, but then a bad guy when you traveled.
Yeah, that was
It's
the
like
best.
being a comic. You know what I mean? Like when you traveled, you could take on a whole new persona.
Yeah.
Pre-internet.
Yeah.
In the territory days.
Yeah.
Bret Hart. Right?
Yeah.
Canada. Loved him.
Calgary,
Loved him.
Calgary
in America, we
Stampede.
couldn't stand him.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we started liking him.
I like the amount of grease he put in his hair. I thought
Yeah.
that was fascinating.
Yeah.
They did that with one of the Von Erich brothers. They were getting
Which
ready.
one?
David. They were getting
Those knows every little fact.
big hero in Dallas. They're getting ready to give him the strap. They sent him to Florida where
Yeah.
he could be a heel.
Oh.
So he could be a heel world champion.
Yeah.
He didn't live to see it.
Yeah.
What happened?
Died in Japan.
What the fuck?
Was it one of those fucking fish that they have the poisonous thing?
Yeah,
you
the
have to
puffer.
eat?
The puffer
you,
fish.
You have to eat around it?
You have to have a really good sushi chef.
You just cut around the poison pack. And this meat right here, tasty. I promise. When's your fight? in a couple hours. Here, just try. I already cut around the poison pack. Try this meat.
Then spits green mist in his face.
Oh, fuck. Kabuki dying.
So what happened? The Von Erichs were the ones that all bad things happened to.
Yeah, that was the family that's just all wiped out except for one.
Well, give us some background.
Well, David died in Japan.
Yeah.
His intestines ruptured.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Shit.
So,
Literally.
While on tour.
Yeah.
Yes, literally. Kerry had the motorcycle accident, lost his foot, still wrestled, but ended up killing himself.
Yeah.
That
Who
was
wants
Texas
I would kill
tornado.
myself. Oh, that was it?
Yeah. Shotgun blast to the chest.
And no one knew why he was wrestling. He did it with a fake foot.
No.
Yeah, no one knew back then. And he said his biggest fear was that his foot would come off during the match. I'm like, fear?
And
Fucking
that-
people would have loved it.
Yeah, Ed McMahon was praying that it came off. Just a quick question. Is there any way your foot can come off in this match?
You go into a sharpshooter. Brett takes your foot off. Starts to hit you in the back of the head with it.
Come on, Ed. Really?
He shot himself with a shotgun?
Yeah.
He had long arms then.
Yeah.
No, there
it
was
might have been-
he did something. It was a string around the door handle.
Is that how he did it?
Now, this was out in the woods, I think.
Oh, you can't have a string in the woods?
He did it somehow. Mike Von Erich killed himself.
How?
Pills.
Jeez, he's Von Erichs.
Out in the woods.
And why would he go in the woods with pills? I mean,
Is there water out there? There's no water
Something.
out there in the woods. Do they have bottled water in the woods? How do you kill yourself without bottled water? It's like hand in glove.
That's when you kill yourself.
You can't take a bunch of pills and go to the lake and stick your hand
I wouldn't.
and scoop water. You're never going to swallow it.
No.
You need a bottled water. These Von Erichs, I will say this, now that they're all gone, that is the last time I've ever heard of a family named Von Erich.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That sounds like Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Plus
That's
living
the
in
end.
Texas with that name.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Well, that came from the father who wrestled, Fritz Von Erich.
Well, he's alive, right?
No, he's dead.
Oh, jeez.
Same shotgun.
Yeah.
Went right through.
Right through. He was right. Don't pull that. Oh, fuck.
They had to act like they're on that fucking Disney World ride where you tuck in behind the other person. Space Mountain. Get the Space Mountain and shoot yourself straight through.
And then there was the youngest Chris Von Erich.
And how's he?
Killed himself.
All right, now
You're
we got to
fucking
guess
with us right
how.
Nope. Trying to think of how
Weed
Chris Von
whacker?
Erich did it.
Just
Did
had
you
a
say weed whacker?
Just had a
Yeah.
weed whacker up to his neck
I believe that was it.
until he gave out.
Till he was
You
out
know
his-
how he killed
You know what
himself?
sucked is when the weed whacker, the string got short, he had to press it down so the string would come out. Shit, I'm out of string. Hold on.
Did they all do this the same day?
No, this was years apart.
Okay.
Hey, kids, you know what time it is? It's the Von Erichs annual suicide day.
See, the thing is, I think once somebody brings suicide to a family, it sets it up as an option. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
You got to
yeah.
keep it outside the family.
It's an out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Von Erich right there.
Yeah.
I'd shoot myself, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking horrible look. I'm not a big fan of headband underneath long hair. You know what I mean? It's
Really?
kind of defeating the purpose.
What about just a string?
Yeah, or
You
just
know,
a
there was-
string.
there was-
I don't know
Someone
what
did
the-
like a
what
piece
is
of
that?
yarn.
Yeah. What's that holding up?
Yeah.
What's that absorbing? Oh, that's all the Von Erichs that killed
Yeah.
themselves. Oh, my God. Even these
happy
pictures
days.
look deathly.
I call them the White Jackson family. If you look at them, they could have went in a different direction.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah.
The Von Erichs.
But did something? What was in their
They're actually
family?
good-looking kids.
Yeah. Their dad owned the promotion, so they were always champion in their territory.
You know what? The middle Von Erich is kind of a little dumb looking, though. He should have been the first one to die.
Yeah.
Kill yourself, you fuck. You're making us Von Erichs look dumb. Do you know who we are? We're the Von Erichs. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Von.
I just want to call myself Von.
Von Erich.
Yeah.
And this is my headband. When you have a headband, it means you just have no control over your life.
You have no control. I can't go out there without my headband.
Look. There's a big match coming up. You're just wrapping it around your head.
You need something to throw out to the crowd.
I'm crying right now. Yeah, that's true. No, you take it off just before you do your famous move. Like the Von Head. The Von Head. Oh, here he comes. He's about to lace him with some Von Head. He's opening up the guy's legs on the floor here.
Look who's on the phone right now. Ari Shaffir. And everything is happening in his life this week, huh, Fez?
Yeah, Ari Shaffir has another comedy special on Comedy Central.
This is his 7th comedy special on Comedy Central.
Yep.
This month, he's in 7 different specials.
This latest one is Ari Shaffir Passive Aggressive.
What happened on the passive? Fez?
Passive went a little too high. I got passive in my voice.
You tell us that you're the best announcer in the world. And
I
then
still am.
I don't think that's how Ari wants you to read it, too.
Yeah, do it in Ari way that he would love.
Ari, yeah, give it to the way Ari wants to hear it.
Ari Shaffir Passive Aggressive premieres this Friday. That's March 13th. Lucky Friday the 13th, 12 a.m. Eastern on Comedy Central.
Who's all going to be on the special with him, Fez?
That's his special, but this is not happening. That show's tonight.
Oh.
And his guests are going to be Tom Segura, Joe Rogan, and Cristela Alonzo on tonight's.
This is also on Comedy Central.
Also on Comedy Central. This is not happening. Happens tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. Ari, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I didn't mind the passive all high.
Passive!
He got exasperated.
Joe Coy is here, too, Ari, so say hello to him.
That's nice. Joe Coy gave me some headphones once. Some Beats by Dre.
Is that right? You laid some Beats by Dre on him?
Of course.
Yeah.
Ari saw me at the airport. He's like, "Oh, I love those." And I was like, "Here you go, sir."
Really?
Of course, it's Ari. I love Ari.
You said, take him, dude. Just take him. I was like, no. What? Yeah, just take him. All right.
By the way, Ari, those were brand new.
I still have them, dude.
Good.
I still use them.
Good.
I feel like this is bullying. Like, if I was the principal, I'm like, what is he doing with Joe's beats? And he's like, he gave them to me.
Right.
Give me those fucking headphones, nerd.
Yeah. And I saw a video with you this week, Ari, where you took a dog and put it up your ass. So you're really getting a bad reputation.
Well, Peter loves me, but
did Peter comment on that yet?
They said we like your long-standing history of supporting animals, but this one's a questionable move.
Okay, that's nice then. What is the story? How did you take over Comedy Central, buddy?
Dude, I don't know. They never used me forever, and now it's like it's all about it.
No, they feel like they need you. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
put
pretty
it
cool.
up.
Though. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Have some stuff on the air.
It's amazing. It's crazy, and of course, it makes Big J feel bad about himself. So.
Yeah. I like that dog. I did that like 17 times. Taking that dog right up in there. Traumatized by it. He wouldn't look at me for like at least like.
Put up that video very quickly, Shelby. I know you've been watching the show, but I want Joe to get a look at the bizarreness of. See, like you're bragging about you have Instagram and you're on.
Yeah,
Pinterest.
Ari, I have an Instagram, so
yeah, so things are happening in your life.
Things are going good for me, Ari.
That's great, man.
Thank you, you, man.
I'm really happy. I don't know how you.
And I have a Twitter too.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh,
look at this.
Look at this,
Ari. God damn it, Ari.
He takes a dog.
Ari. Why are you doing that?
And the uncomfortable.
Why are you doing that, Ari?
And it's
I was
licking.
trying to illustrate.
It's
the
licking.
business is doing a J.
That's against the law, man.
That's what a lot of people say, but I don't know.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to do that to my dog.
I would say this is against God's law. That's all. That's the only law.
God doesn't want this to happen.
Did you have to put like a liver snap in there?
God didn't say not to. He had that Bible's a long book. If he didn't want that to happen, why not just put that in there too?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He didn't leave anything out in that book. I will agree with that.
Well,
he would have definitely put that in that book. There's a lot of pages.
But then why do a sequel if he had everything he needed in the first book?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There is part 2, and it's not even in part 2, Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying book 1 and book 2, and he still didn't mention it?
No. Yeah, he still didn't like, don't put any animals
Yeah, he
in
never
breads.
said, thou shalt not cram dog nose in hairy butt.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's actually a well-shaped ass for a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looks like that young Jenner girl. That everybody's talking about.
That's the kind of mini skirt I want to see on my lady. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much.
My ass looks like
that's a nice little.
Hands off. You saw that ass, you'd be like, well, we'll do it.
Ari did this in 1968 when the micro mini skirt was really, really big.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Did you have on white boots at this time? This is hot.
Yeah, up to the knee. You can't see them. But yeah, right up to the knee. The leather one. Pleather one.
Fez, do all the great announcements because Ari's not going to stay on forever. You know, you got to really.
Aggressive.
He's got so many places to go.
It premieres this Friday, March 13th. Ari Shaffir, Passive Aggressive on Comedy Central.
Passive. Do it the other way because it's really sounding great.
Yeah.
Ari Shaffir, Passive Aggressive, premieres this Friday, 12 a.m. Eastern on Comedy Central. Tonight on Comedy Central, it's This Is Not Happening with Ari Shaffir and his guests, Tom Segura, Joe Rogan, and Cristela Alonso. That's on tonight at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. And you can still get Ari's January special from Comedy Central, paid regular. That's available on Comedy Central Stand Up Direct.
And then it's the cartoon Baby Ari, where you just see, like a little cartoon version of Ari and a little puppy that he has in his ass.
Yeah, it's just hanging out. Yeah.
You're at the point now, dude, where you're like an empire. You know what I mean?
No, that is not true.
Like you're
damn close.
He's talking to us from this big wooden desk, and there's people bringing papers in that he's signing while he's talking to us.
He goes, I haven't even read all of these. There's a dog in my ass. How can I sign this now?
I have a dog on my lap, so I can just turn around and look at people as I'm like petting him and go, whoa.
And you're just sitting there wearing Joe's beat phones, and then you're kissing his old girlfriend that you took away from him.
Yeah. And he tells everybody, I don't have enough time to spend all this money. But I know what I do have time for. Get that dog.
Get up there. Get it up there.
Get it all the way in.
All right. Last time there was a celebration at the Comedy Store. How are you celebrating this special of yours?
Not nearly as much.
Yeah, see, that's what happens.
Yeah.
It gets.
It's the money, man.
Yeah.
Ari, it's the money, man. It's taking over.
Really? Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want a solid gold skateboard.
That would be so
that is
cool.
Amazing.
You know?
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now I'm really jealous when that's all anyone ever wants. What, you don't have one of these? You don't have a solid gold skateboard?
Come on.
Oh, how do you guys live?
Yeah.
How do you guys take some skateboard lessons?
So now that you're at the top of the mountain, what's next for you? Are you burn out like Elvis?
Yeah, probably. I'm trying not to burn out. I'm doing it Australia and Thailand. I'm going to try to walk around and do some shit in Thailand. I want to shoot a rocket launcher off an elephant.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what
I
love it, man.
Life is great!
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck some lady boys. I can do the whole thing. Do it up right. Thailand, authentic, pad Thai lady boys.
Why are they number one in lady boys? How does that even happen for them?
They're pretty hot, actually.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
No joke at all. Like, you can't tell. You really can't. Until they shake your hand.
You can't tell, but you're like they're hot. Not like that could be a girl, but wow, that's super hot.
Yeah, there. Here we go. We pulled some up. Those are all dudes.
These are first of all
those are all dudes.
Those are girls from Wisconsin.
But those are all dudes.
Girls from Wisconsin.
Those are 4 Asian chicks in Wisconsin, and they're considered dudes.
Shelby, you can actually...
Oh my God, that's right. Would a lady boy be a possible inlet into sexual adventures for you?
Fez, could that work for you?
No, I'm not attracted to the lady part of it.
Well, when do you get to the dick?
Well, then take the makeup off. Be the guy again with long hair.
Ari went out of his way. At one point, you said you would even have sex with Fez if it would break his cherry, and you turned it down, Fez.
Yeah, I didn't feel Ari was serious.
Stop it. Oh, well, then you're not turning it down. You're just not buying into the question.
Were you afraid that he was going to take your face and put it into his ass and make a funny video?
I've seen what he's done with small dogs.
Look at Fez. He's up my ass.
You're not a small dog. That's the only problem. Only the teacup stuff.
Well,
These lady boys actually won right here. You can see this one.
Really?
She won Miss Thailand against two real women.
No way.
Yeah, I swear to God, they put a crown on the lady boy.
Yeah.
And the two real women came in, what is it, honorable mention?
Ari's
third.
Ari's going to have three of them dress up as the Supremes and just fucking
go to
dance all
town.
around them.
Go to town.
Yeah.
Just walk down the street in like a jaunt in a nice dance, spin around once in a while. Lady boys and Ari.
Yeah.
Get some dog.
You're living the life, dude. Now that I see where you're going with this, I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you, you know?
Everybody is.
You're making fucking lady boy money.
I do seriously, at very least, want to get some lady boys just to walk around with me for like a day or two.
You should do that.
Yeah. This large.
See, I'm going in a whole different direction. I'm just with like really big butch girls now. That's my thing, you know? Just big
that still takes money, too.
Yeah, sure.
You got to
Don't
have
get me
money to
wrong.
do stuff like that.
Yeah.
To tell a butch girl to just
really
walk
butch
around.
girls, you can seem like a spy in like the 70s, where like one of those bad guys, where they just have bodyguards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Real hard ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movies are always hot, but if they were hot, they would never be able to protect you.
No.
Right.
Someone like Leslie.
Yeah, you got to have, they got to be real butchy.
Yeah, I
Real,
want them
real
butch enough
butchy.
to come in and like, you know, like build end tables for me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stereo speakers they're putting up.
Yeah.
Multitask.
Yeah.
Hey, butch lady.
Yeah.
Standing done.
Yeah, there's no name. It's just called Butch Lady.
Yeah.
Butch Lady. What?
Wait, gentleman girl.
I made you, I made you a bologna sandwich. Oh, finally, I'm starving. My favorite.
The only food
I love bologna.
The only food she'll eat is with her hands. She'll
Yeah.
never use utensils.
Yeah. Fuck her forks. That's what hands are. It's God's forks.
Butch lady, I got a type. Can you feed it to me?
Yeah, what?
Ari Shaffir, his special Passive Aggressive.
Oh, boy.
Premieres Friday, March 13th. That is tomorrow, 12 a.m. Eastern on Comedy Central. Tonight, you can check out This Is Not Happening with Ari Shaffir. Special guest Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, Cristela Alonso. That is tonight's episode at 12:30 a.m. Eastern on Comedy Central. And paid regular, Ari's other special, still available on Comedy Central Stand Up Direct.
Oh, Joe Coy, what are you doing in New York?
Doing Levity Live.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, good room, man. Yes, sir.
I have to keep hearing about
He's gone through a rough time, though. He's with a regular female. So it's not a you know,
Boring.
yeah.
it. All the time. Yeah.
Waste of money there.
Yeah, but did you ever come
Ari's
in
like the
and-
coolest
and
dude,
hi,
man.
And they go, oh, yeah, you again. Like real sarcastic, like, of course. Think about it. Girls like that.
So you're a fan. You're a fan of us.
Yeah, Ari's always been good. Yeah, love Ari.
And that's why you hand him your beats.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He says he liked them. I said, here you go, sir. I even
I
said,
was
sir.
I was like, no way. What are you doing? I don't want your headphones. You're like, yeah, of course, man. I have others.
Well, this is what he said. He goes, look, I'm making a shit ton of money. I can get these for free anyways, but I really like yours.
All I got to do is
And I go,
mention it.
yeah.
On one of my specials. And crates show up.
I go, here you go, Ari. And he took them.
I remember being like, hey, let me see him. Let me put him in my hand for a second, dude.
Yeah. And then
You're
boom.
like, I don't know. I was like, just put him in there.
Yep. Then he fucking ran.
Life is good.
Life is good for Ari.
All right, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Bennington.
We'll see you when you get to New York, okay, pal?
Yeah, I'll be there in a few weeks.
Congrats, Ari.
Right, thank you, guys.
That's awesome.
And listen to your big read. Fez is going to give you a professional read here.
Ari Shaffir, Passive Aggressive, premieres Friday. That's tomorrow night, March 13th at 12 a.m. Eastern on Comedy Central. This Is Not Happening. That's tonight on Comedy Central at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. Special guest Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, Cristela Alonso, all on tonight's episode. And Ari Shaffir special paid regular. That's available on Comedy Central Stand Up Direct at Ari Shaffir.
Tons of stuff going down for
Yeah.
you. Joe Quaid, thank you so much for coming in.
I was so happy to be on this show.
I
once
had to tell you
again.
this, and I'm being very serious now. You are Fez's favorite person in the world, and his entire demeanor changes when you were here, and I'd forgotten before you got here he was in a great mood, and then I realized once you came in why.
Really, Fez?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I'm thrilled when you walk through the door.
You make him feel safe and part of everything. It's great.
You know, because Fez is very intimidating.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
I think every comic has said that to you.
It's true.
I didn't realize that.
Well, you just, you're fun, but it's kind of like...
It can turn.
It can turn.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that Fez look? Or,
Yeah.
No, that wasn't good.
It's like the king with the court jester, like he's laughing, and then he has you killed. That's what Fez does with his eyes. He just chops your
And
head
then
off with his eyes.
all of a sudden, a door opens from under your feet. You just fucking alligator starts snapping at your feet.
All right, nice big professional. I mean, the best read that you did all day, Fez, and make Levity Live feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're bringing in the best talent in the country right
I'm
now.
actually it's Thursday is all we got left, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy
the way
out
people
there.
love that club.
fucking mall, man.
Joe Coy, my personal favorite, is performing tonight at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. You want to be there. You have to be there. Tonight through Saturday are the shows. LevityLive.com for tickets. Joe Coy is going to be at the Treasure Island Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada. Big time. Next Friday, March 30th, a week from tomorrow.
March 20th. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
March 20th.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
At treasureisland.com for tickets and all over social media at Joe Coy, Jokoy.
God, I love you.
Yeah, he's good. Great to see you, buddy. I'll see you next time, man.
Thank you so much.
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog
Comedy
Hits. Channel 99.
Undateable, the hit sitcom from NBC, is back for its second season.
What about Ron Funches?
He's part of the cast. This cast has more working stand-up comedians as part of it than any other sitcom on television. Chris D'Elia, Brent Morin, Rick Glassman, and Ron Funches all make up the cast of Undateable, and Bridget Mendler is joining the cast this season as Candace, the new bartender. So it's a season 2 of Undateable. It starts March 17th.
Seasons change.
That's a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, Undateable.
I've been waiting on you.
And the Undateable guys, Chris D'Elia, Brent Morin, Rick Glassman, and Ron Funches, are out on the Undateable comedy tour.
Now, Fez, I don't want to get too inside, but you're gay, right?
Yes, I am.
Would you consider any of these guys to be undateable?
No, I really wouldn't, as I think about it.
It's a very attractive show.
Yes, it's a good-looking cast. Chris D'Elia, very good-looking. Brent Morin is a cutie. Rick Glassman, hot. And Ron Funches is adorable.
Women are crazy about Ron Funches.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. So does that make the title of the show a lie?
In real life, this would be a lie.
Okay.
They would be totally dateable.
Okay.
But it's Undateable. The season 2 premiere Tuesday, March 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern, and catch the Undateable tour as it goes across the United States, including this Sunday, March 15th at South by Southwest at Esther's Follies at 10 p.m. All part of South by Southwest and the Undateable comedy tour, and all getting set for the season premiere of season 2, Undateable.
Seasons change.
Tuesday, March. That's next Tuesday, March 17th.
Waiting on you.
9 p.m. Eastern for Undateable.
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog. Raw Dog Comedy Hits. Channel 99.
Ron and Fez. Fez is wearing go-go boots and Fez is wearing go-go boots. By the way, Fez, on the Twitter, Instagram, and all, it's at Joe Coy. Well, please let him know how much you enjoyed having him in here today. He's just sunshine when he stops in. I think it's like his third or fourth time doing the show. Always a good time. Really, really a funny man. And just kind enough to hand his headphones over to Ari Shaffir.
There's not people like that in the world, other than Joe Coy.
Somebody's got to stand up to Ari, though, you know? These are my headphones, Ari. You can't take them. At Joe Coy. Are you on the Twitter at Office?
No, I'm not.
Well, if you were, you could just tweet out to him.
At Joe Coy, Jokoy.
Do the first responders. Flan says, Ron, please do more Future Island impressions. You didn't know that, did you, Fez?
No, I didn't.
I was doing a Future Island impression during your live read. Rich wrote to Joe Coy, you were super funny on Ron and Fez. Always love when you have them on. When's our replays and all that kind of stuff? What are you trying to say, Shelby?
We also have a replay on the Opie channel. Did you know that? That's at midnight. But a lot of people, they don't know that we also have another replay on the Indie channel that starts at 6 a.m.
Fred 6 a.m.?
Yeah, it starts at Fred 6 a.m.
Wow. Here's something that you don't know.
Yes.
Yannis Pappas is stopping in here
Oh,
for
really?
a little bit. Yeah. Yannis Pappas is stopping. Why don't you do an announcement for Yannis Pappas as we bring him in, Fez?
Yannis Pappas, he's going to be performing at Levity Live in 2 weeks.
Wow!
In 2 weeks. They're getting all the great acts there.
They are.
West Nyack, New York, Friday, March 27th through Sunday, March 29th. LevityLive.com for tickets. And he's the host of AOL's new show, 2 Point Lead, at AOL.com for more information. Yannis Pappas is with us.
Who doesn't like Yannis Pappas? I don't know. How are you, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Greek people get mad at you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you realize that this is a big time for Greek people because of The Slap?
The Slap?
The TV show The Slap. A Greek family speaks Greek in front of like their white in-laws. And every time I see it, I think of you because, you know, you do so much Greek material. But the Greek father will like say to his son in Greek while the wife's there, you better get control over her. You know, you're coming off like you are not a man. And the big premise of the show is one of the Greek guys slaps a child, and that sets off the entire program.
Oh, yeah, no, that's just called having a conversation with your kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Life change. See, some things are accepted in some eras, and in other eras no longer accepted. Fez, you watched the Slap at all?
I haven't seen The Slap yet.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It was a giant show in Australia, and then they got the young Mr. Spock plays the Greek guy. You know what I'm talking about? He plays Mr. Spock in the movies now.
Right, I'm trying to think of his name.
Nipsey Russell. It's Nipsey
That's
Russell,
him.
and he does fun little rhymes and stuff. But the entire premise goes down. You've kind of got old world, and then, you know, this new kind of passive. I brought this up the other day. I saw a coworker, somebody that worked with him, walked up and said, "Hey, I saw your kids out playing the other day. You might want to check on that because there was nobody with them." And in their neighborhood, you know, this is their neighbor, he saw the kids and felt like he should come up to the person and say, "Look, I'm not telling you how to run your life, but your kids were outside of the house and they were playing." Mm-hmm. That's where we are now.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
You gotta watch your own kids.
Yeah, but you can't. But now it takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes a village. We're all looking out like that child over there isn't with the right. That child could be kidnapped by somebody like me.
Yeah.
So we watch out for all the children.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my parents were immigration lawyers, and they used to help like Greeks get their immigration, you know, papers and whatever. So there was this one guy who had a diner, who was like
shocking.
Yeah, shocking. He took the road less traveled for Greeks and went into the restaurant business. And yeah, so he had a diner like, you know, about 5 blocks from my house. I used to go there all the time. And I didn't hang out with the best kids when I was growing up. And but he would always try to score points with my parents. That's how the Greek community is. Like like you said, they're all looking out for each other, but they're all really trying to score points with each other. Like, hey, I'm helping you out, and so they told, and especially since they were kind of indebted to my parents for helping them get their immigration and their business off the ground. So he told my parents that I was hanging out with a bunch of kids at the diner, which happened all the time, and that somebody left like a dime bag of Coke on the floor, and that I came back and was looking for it. Now, I never did Coke in my life. That's just, you know, how it happened. But for years, my parents thought I was a Coke addict because of this guy. And he was doing, you know, he was doing what you said.
Right.
But it wasn't true. I think he made it up to score points with my parents to be like, hey, you know that money I owe you for that legal thing that I didn't pay you? Well, here you go. I make it up in a lie.
And then you're stuck with the nickname Dimebag, and there's nothing you can do about it.
My father hired a private investigator, was following me because he thought I was like a drug addict. Yeah. I was an athlete.
How old were you at the time?
Must have been like 15 or something.
So at that point, you can't shake. You were accused.
I was yeah. I was like the scarlet letter.
Right.
I was and it's just the rumors in the Greek community become truth.
Right.
Because Greeks love to gossip.
Well, that's how they got their mythology.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a man under the ocean.
That's how it started.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah, but Greeks have been really mad at me. I do the character Mr. Panos, and I released some new videos about Cyprus and making fun of this situation in Cyprus. How Cypriots, it's their own country, but they're Greek.
Yeah.
So and mainland Greeks kind of look at that as like, hey, aren't you Greek? And they're like, no, we're Cypriot. And Cypriots got pissed. I got death threats. It was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I have a friend, the guy who put together the Ron Bennington Cupcake, was born there. And when he was a kid, I think his family had to flee during a revolution or an invasion from the Turks or whatever.
Yeah.
But he goes back, and it's an amazingly beautiful island that's really like a rock in the middle of the Mediterranean. Like when you see it, the fall off of the cliffs is stunning. We have nothing to compare it to here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's crazy because the island split, half Turkish, half Greek. There's like a UN line there of demarcation. But the Turks invaded it,
Right.
So.
But didn't everybody invade everybody at a certain point?
Yeah. Everyone was a bottom and everyone was a top in history at some point.
Yeah. That is true. And what's really the place that you could always see it is in food. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes like somebody will like, oh, here's a Turkish dish, and you're like, I think this is a Greek dish, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like,
reminds me of something I had at a Greek joint the other
So
night.
you don't know who brought it in what direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Food and music. Greek music reminds you very much of like Arab music.
Yeah, it has that tang to it.
Yes.
No drums, just
You will never fall asleep at one of those shows. It's right there, just attacking the nervous system.
Oh man, I went to a Greek concert because my new girlfriend is Greek, right? And her mom is real Greek, so she took me to this Greek concert. I'd never been to one. A week ago in Astoria, Queens, and it's crazy. The Greek concert. So the singer comes out. This Greek singer comes out, and they throw stuff at him while he's performing. Greeks, they buy these plates of flowers and they throw them at the performer's face while he's singing, and so he's like dodging flowers at his face the whole. It used to be plates. They used to take plates and throw them at his face, and the more they liked him, the more plates they threw at his face. But I guess they stopped because a couple of guys got unconscious or whatever.
I would love to be in the plate business. You're just selling plates outside.
Get your plates.
Yeah, the Stones are here. This is going to be amazing.
But it was so funny because the guy was singing, and he's some famous Greek singer, and you could see the anxiety in his face.
Yeah.
That like he had to like dodge flowers. He was catching them as they were, and people were like pelting him at him too.
Right.
And he couldn't drop a note. And then they get up on stage, start taking pictures with him while he's singing. At an American concert, you get on the stage, a bouncer throws you off.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd just gets up, grabs him, pulls him around, take a picture with me, throws a flower in his face, and he just deals with it.
Here's the interesting thing about the Greeks, because I didn't ever know about the plate throwing, right? So they kind of invented, throwing plates. But what else did they invent? the discus. This, there was no. I mean, when you think about it, out of all the sports that we have, throwing a heavy plate, it doesn't tie in with anything else, and yet was in the original Olympics.
Yeah, and it probably started from a rumor, like you said. Some guy, hey, I heard when you guys sing and you throw a plate at his face. Oh, I guess that's what we're doing.
I guess that's it.
Because the guy under the sea, the god of the sea, told us.
Well, we all own diners. We have plenty of plates. Plates aren't a problem for us.
Is it considered rude to throw a bowl or a mug?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I think
like a saucer. Is that like, well, we didn't think too much of you. It's a much smaller plate.
Or what if you did that? What if you did it at kids' shows? Just throw a little saucer up
now
there.
It's adorable.
Yeah. You know, when I was leaving here the other day, Fez, there was a troupe, and they were called like Kids with a Z, and they're all wondering, do you know what I'm talking about?
Kids Bop.
That was exactly what it was. So they were all posing, right? But they still have 90s haircuts. Like the kids are short on the side and curly up top. And I'm like, nothing has changed in kids programming all these years. Put up a picture of Kids Bop so Fez knows what I'm talking about. And that's exactly how they were posing. Like little actors just know how to pose to be fun.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have been anywhere from kids' TV from the past 30 years.
Isn't it true?
3 of those kids will end up in rehab.
Easy
3.
Easy
3 out of 5.
And then they'll put out a book, My Nightmare Years at Kids Bop. Yeah. Days were long, and the only way to deal with it was Coke. Crystal meth kept us on schedule.
They do look the same.
They're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed with kids programming.
Yeah.
And such broad jokes in those shows.
Yeah. And one black guy.
Yeah, always one black guy. Yeah,
always
it's just to show that he's, it goes to show everybody can be friends with one black guy.
That diverse of a world.
I mean, you don't want to move to Ferguson, but have one black friend.
Yannis Pappas is here with us. In 2 weeks, he's going to be at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. That's going to be March 27th through Sunday the 29th. LevityLive.com for tickets. And you can see him as the host of AOL's new show, 2 Point Lead, at AOL.com.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
It's a new sports comedy show where we're just releasing content, every day, 2-3 minute video. And it's fun. It's exciting because we can do whatever we want.
What sports do you went to?
I'm basketball. Basketball, baseball, football. Yeah, those are 3. Hockey. I try to get into hockey, man. I just don't know where the puck is. I never know where the puck is. I feel like a cat chasing a string. I'm like, where's the... I've never seen a goal in real time. Even on Sports Center, when they show the replay, I'm like, I didn't see it. It just happens so fast.
Do you remember when they tried the blue streak in the game so you could follow the puck and it did nothing?
It did nothing.
It did nothing.
Nobody knows when a goal happens. That's why they got the siren on top of the goal to let you know something happened. Otherwise, you'd be like, why are they celebrating?
Yeah, there's no other sport where they're like, yes, it went in.
It went in.
It went in.
Just in case you missed it. It's like, a goal happened? I don't know how I could have missed that. How could I have missed a puck 2 inches in diameter, traveling 100 miles an hour, going to a gap in a guy's armpit 3 inches in diameter? I gotta get my eyes checked.
I think hockey was at its best when it belonged to the people who invented it, Canada. It used to be for Canada and then anybody that was along the Canadian border somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes sense for Minnesota and, Buffalo and even Philly and New York to have that. But when they tried to move the sport down south, they screwed it up.
I guess you got to grow up with it. But, I think they know that. That's why they let them fight,
Right.
Because I think that's the real reason why people go to hockey games. It's like the same reason why you get your cell phone out and get it ready when 2 black girls start screaming at each other in a McDonald's at 2 in the morning. You're like, there could be a fight here and I don't want to miss it.
By the way, I think that those people who use the phones to videotape that fight in Brooklyn are going to be arrested because the cops are saying the phone is to call us, not to cheer while you're videotaping. So if this happens, it could become this really interesting, last episode of Seinfeld court case of is it okay to videotape a fight?
Yeah, well, it's like that's the state of our society. Nobody jumps in. Everyone just grabs their phone like, oh.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Hit that bitch!
Yeah.
And then they're like, you capture it from over here. I'll get it in a 2-shot. We'll edit it in the morning. It'll be on World Star.
Yeah, when they actually do, they'll and then all of a sudden, and they'll just turn it back to the face. World Star, son.
World Star.
Yeah.
Is he dead? Let me get a close up of that face. Oh shit! He's not moving.
When's the last time you saw a big fight break out anywhere?
It was actually about 3 weeks ago. All of a sudden, there was
the Village.
Yeah, it was Union Square.
Yeah.
And there was a store across the street from Union Square on 14th Street. I don't even know which one it was. All of a sudden, there was all kinds of noise, and people started piling out of the store.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, there was a fight on the street. Someone's in a chokehold, and yes, a circle around the chokehold with nobody doing anything.
How long before the cops got there?
It was probably about, I would say, 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a long time. And there's a police station in Union Square.
Yeah, but they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
They're online.
They're on.
Wow, this thing is terrible.
Yeah, they beat her bad, right?
It's terrible. This is why I stopped eating fast food. Just not worth it.
I think she's had enough. She's had enough. Where's the ref? Tap out.
I've honestly never hated anyone as much as they.
Girls are brutal too. They don't stop. Oh, that one was in the head. Yeah. Finally, a dude stepped. Not one more. And she's not wearing a shirt.
No, she had to take the shirt off.
Oh.
The unconscious girl somehow managed to rip her shirt off while she was getting beaten, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, it's a Pyrrhic victory.
You party in Brooklyn, right, Shelby?
Yeah.
This part of Brooklyn?
I don't stop at fast food places in Brooklyn. I just go straight from the train station right to the location.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, McDonald's is a great place for a brawl.
Yeah.
They always happen in a McDonald's.
Well, there's a little wide open space there, and there's,
Yeah.
there's always people around to have fun.
There's teenagers.
Youths. Yeah.
Urban youths.
Urban youths are in there starting trouble.
I wonder if this is why more McDonald's are going like to bench seating and those chairs that actually don't move away from the table.
That's just laziness. That's just laziness.
You never see that happen at a Panera Bread, though.
Isn't that true?
Yeah, you never see it at a Panera
We're
Bread.
safe.
Yeah.
We're in, and then, you can call anybody anything in there. You can get away with any slur because you're in Panera Bread.
Yeah.
If we were anywhere else, I'd kick your ass.
Yeah, nobody ever gets upset from waiting, throws a buzzer at someone.
You may get hit with a bread bowl, and that's not even going to hurt.
That's not going to hurt, no.
So now that you're doing 2 minutes of sports every day for AOL, is anybody going to beat Golden State? Can that? Are they going to be stopped?
Yeah, I don't think I think Golden State's one of those teams that really great in the regular season, but they don't have the toughness for the playoffs 7-game series.
That's when it gets ugly, right?
And
that's when everybody comes out to play.
And also they're a team. They're an offensive team. You know, I mean, they got a decent defense. That if their bigs are healthy, they'll be good. But they rely so much on perimeter shooting, and teams like that in the 7-game series, you're going to go cold. You're going to go cold in a 7-game series. You can't be hot. The Splash Brothers can't be hot every single game for 7 games, and they'll make adjustments. And in a 7-game series, I don't see them.
I don't know if there's another sport that can change that way, because baseball, it's just a matter of who's in rhythm during the series, you know. But in professional basketball, those playoff games are a completely different animal than what you just watched the entire season.
Yeah.
The coaching tightens up, the players tighten up, the bench is suddenly explosive.
More physical, and the coaches get to make all these adjustments during the series. I think professional basketball is probably the only sport where the absolute 2 best teams, there's rarely an upset. There's rarely that Cinderella team like the Royals were last year where you're like, wow, these guys are playing amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, I think the Nuggets did it once. They got a big upset. I remember Dikembe Mutombo Nuggets one time. Who'd they upset? Somebody huge, and maybe I think it was the Sonics. I don't remember, but it rarely happens where like an 8 seed beats it's just so rare.
That's why there's still kind of dynasties in this sport, because if you put together your core players, you've got 7 to 8 years where you got a real shot at everything.
Yeah. But this year is kind of interesting because the West is really kind of wide open. And OKC, they've never been healthy, and they probably will be, and they'll make the playoffs as probably an 8 seed. So if you're Golden State, what Golden State looks like they're going to be the one, you do not want to face a healthy OKC in rhythm, who hasn't been healthy all year.
I'm looking forward to the playoffs.
It's good. It's always great.
You a March Madness guy at all, or
yeah? I always root for Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's a good one. I've always, ever since their one thing, I'm always like, what about Villanova? Just because I remember that one year they won it all, and the excitement level of being a smaller school to win it. But it's the same deal as Gonzaga. Like, you can pull this off. What was the school from that went to like Final Four from the D.C. area, Fez? That was
George Mason?
Yeah, George Mason, like about 6 or 7 years ago.
Patriot League.
To watch that run take place was just so much fun.
Yeah. That's a March Madness is great. You can't have those Cinderellas all the time.
What about for you, Shelby?
I like Kentucky. There's no way.
Everybody.
There's no way this
go out
year
on a,
they can. Their whole team is NBA.
Going with the underdog there.
So you were just completely forgetting what we were talking about here. When we're saying some small school, and your small school that's going to shock the world is undefeated Kentucky. Follow what we're talking about. You're saying
the tiny trade school of Kentucky.
I'm reaching back. See, this is the beauty of like when you're young. You're like, these fucking guys are talking about something. I'm still getting paid. You can sit there and he's like looking through the internet. He's checking his friends' Facebooks, and then suddenly here's his name. I think the Rams are going to move. Count on it. Count on it.
I really like the Jordan Bulls this year. I think they got a good chance.
Jordan was a hell of a player. Hell of a player.
Here.
Yeah. Kentucky there. Poof.
One time I was at a spring training game, and my agent was with me, and we were invited into this like whole booth for the Toronto Blue Jays, right? So we're in there, and everybody's drinking Labatt's, and he's the guy, he didn't know anything at all about sports, but wanted to show up because there was going to be heavy hitters, and they were doing it. So while we're sitting in there, these guys own the team, and he's sitting, and he goes, Pete Rose had a tremendous career. He just says Pete Rose. And the guy goes like this to him. You mean the all-time hit king? Yeah, you're right. And then, he never said another word. But sports is funny for guys that don't like sports but then feel like they need to say something. Like, you wouldn't feel that way if you showed up for, like, we don't know anything about fashion, but you wouldn't feel like, I better figure out a couple fashion things to say.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable when you're the guy who doesn't know, and like a sports conversation breaks out and snowballs into like a huge 3-4 guy conversation, and you're just like that one guy who goes like, yeah, I like Kentucky this year. You caught one glimpse of one clip on Sports Center of how they were undefeated. It just goes in your mind real quick. You're like, Kentucky, they got a good shot.
This is what we would feel like if we showed up with hanging out with physicists for the afternoon. Einstein, right?
E equals MC squared? No.
It's like a theory that he had about relativity, I guess. Fez, did you see the depression thing that I sent you? That time plays differently for people with depression?
Yeah, that things just really slow down.
Now, I know you don't have a daily depression, but you have bouts of depression.
Yeah,
right?
I go really dark and deep, but not every single day.
So did that article make sense to you, or is it too much to read and you're just like, oh, Ron sent me something, delete?
The amount of words made me depressed. But no, I can understand that. If I have a depressed day, it feels like it's taking forever for that day to just make its course.
Do you swing back up when you go, like, the next day? If you're really down, do you come way high?
Like the manic depression.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
Oh,
no.
you just come back to par?
Yeah, I go back to anxious.
That sucks. So at least when you're manic depressive, you go real low, but then the next day, woo, too high.
Oh, I've never gotten that. No.
See, that looks like a ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that looks like
it's fun.
Yeah.
Like I could get a week's worth done in one night is what it would feel like.
You just find yourself in Atlantic City and you're like, I know it.
So you have no payoff for the depression?
No.
Oh.
But depression, they also said it saps your ability to see colors. Like colors themselves look duller, food tastes duller. I find that kind of shit fascinating. You know, I find it fascinating that people that you think, well, this is what reality looks like. But I read this article about this woman who basically sees, they said 10 million colors, right?
Wow.
And what happens is if she sees orange, she sees the red and yellow in the orange. You know what I mean? She can see, like your face will look like it's multiple colors. She can tell when people are sick. So then here's the weird thing. Her daughter was born colorblind. That if you get this mutation, there's a real chance that the next generation can be just colorblind completely.
Won't be able to see anything.
Yeah.
Just hues of reds and greens.
Real confused that when at lights, at traffic lights.
Yeah,
Like
you just
yellow?
sit
Is
there
that
and
green?
everything's
Is that
just
red?
spacing to
Yeah.
you.
Should I go? Should I stop?
But when you really think of how much stuff that we see, most of it our brain will actually make sure that we don't focus on. You know, you're not focusing on everything in the room because your brain has taught you, oh, if you do that, you won't really be able to pay attention, and you'll yell out Kentucky for no apparent reason. Wildcats, right? Wildcats.
Having a pretty good season.
The white and several shades of blue.
Trust me, this is their year. I know I sound crazy, but would you want that, Fez, or would that be the worst thing for you?
That feels like it would be complete overload.
Yeah.
To be able to just distinguish that many colors, that many.
You'd never be bored, though.
Yeah.
Everything would be fascinating to you.
Because I've had, well, you mentioned the time slowed down, but I also, in depression, have had the thing of everything tastes the same.
Wow.
Where it just,
But you eat the same meal every day.
Yeah, that's everything tastes like a combination of peanut butter and jelly.
Do you eat that all the time?
I eat a lot of that.
PB&J?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, he's at that age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what are you doing? Watching cartoons?
Sure.
Okay.
Once I get
cartoons
the
and wrestling.
Once I get the crust cut off.
Oh, you don't like the crust?
Wait a minute. Yannis just got an alert that the Greek economy has failed.
Yeah. Uh-oh. No good.
Hey, we got a break here. Can you hang out?
Yeah, of course.
All right, great.
Yannis Pappas with us today. In 2 weeks, he's going to be in West Nyack, New York at Levity Live. Those dates are March 27th through the 29th. You can get your tickets at levitylive.com and go to AOL.com to check out Yannis's new show, 2 Point Lead.
We will take a break. We're right back. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Channel 99.
Ooh. Do. Fez is in a good mood today, and Fez is talking today, and he's happy. Fez, do one of your great live reads.
Yannis Pappas is in studio with us, and he's going to be at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York, Friday, March 27th through Sunday, March 29th. That's in 2 weeks. LevityLive.com for tickets, and go to AOL.com to see Yannis's new show, 2 Point Lead.
Thanks, Fez.
Fez sees himself as being the top 10% of announcers.
No, the top.
Number one.
Number one.
There's no one that you think is better than you.
No one does a better job than me at this.
Would you ever like to do a thing where we challenge other announcers?
Oh, bring them on. I mean, you know they're going to go home in tears, but...
I don't know if I would cry if someone announced better than me. I think I'd be able to handle that one.
We take it very seriously.
Who's we?
Me and the announcers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a big deal.
Look who it is. It's, well, the real ass dude, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
Louis J. Gomez.
Louis J. Gomez. How are you, my friend?
What's going on, guys?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm listening in. I'm pumped. I'm happy to hear Yannis is on the show. Very good friend of mine. What's going on, Yannis?
What's up, Louis J. Professor? How are you?
What was that about?
Now he's the professor. Another nickname.
Well, just like Louis J. Gomez. It's so distinguished. But he starts to say, if you heard him say his name, you'd be like, "Oh, this is a distinguished gentleman, Louis J. Gomez." And he goes, "The Puerto Rican rattlesnake," and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Out of Legion of Skanks, you were picked as Fez's #1 guy.
Well, I know. I heard the show, and I was just the least hated. He still hates me. He still is mad at me, which I find unfair.
Now, it's just that he felt that you were making fun of. What did you feel like you thought they were making fun of?
The fact that I'm gay and that this is the way they talk about me behind my back.
Well, the fact is that you're gay and you don't date.
Yeah.
That's what they said that
stuff that I struggle with that they find just hilarious.
You came out too late.
Yeah, too old to be gay.
And by the way,
that's what people used to sign my yearbook with. But with 2 was the number 2. Too old to be gay.
That's not. Here's the thing. I didn't say anything actually. Fez.
No, that was great. He didn't say a word. He really didn't.
No, but visitor to a Brooklyn McDonald's, you didn't stop it either.
You can't expect. He was outnumbered.
Fez, I was outnumbered. Big J, actually, I don't know if you know him. He's Mr. Sensitive now on the internet, but he actually hits us. I don't know if you know this. He's a violent individual.
Look, I've seen the Legion of Skanks. Have you ever seen? Have you been on it?
I've been on it when Lewis threw a cup of water at a girl's face.
All right, so here's the thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watched it on the internet, and I'm like, why am I seeing something from Spawn Ranch? Why? You know what I mean? It looked like Tex was there, Squeaky Fromm, the whole Manson family. It's a frightening thing. Lewis could, if he went against that, they would have attacked him, Fez. You got to feel for him.
I don't know why he's bringing it up today. I was having a fabulous day.
You know why?
Until this phone call.
That's usually what happens when Louis J. Gomez comes into the picture.
But here's a good thing. You're both minorities.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm a more set-upon minority.
Although, didn't somebody tell us yesterday that he's not even full Puerto Rican?
Oh, yeah, that you're like maybe a quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he listens to Pandera.
Puerto Rican.
Okay.
I'm half Puerto Rican.
You're not a real Puerto Rican. You listen to like Metallica.
Yeah, Fez, you're full gay, so you actually are more of a minority than me.
Yes.
No, but you're Puerto Rican and also a rattlesnake. There's only one of you, so you're the ultimate minority.
And also, I think full gay, you have to have sex.
That's my new nickname, the ultimate minority.
The jury's still out on that.
Yeah. You've never had gay sex, right?
No, I haven't.
You haven't had gay sex?
Not gay, then. Oh. Not gay. As a matter of fact, if I was your attorney, I could, and you were arrested for being gay, I'd be able to get you off on that technicality. Your Honor, bring up one guy who said he's had sex with Fez, and I'll open the jail door for you.
If you got me off, then the case would be thrown out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Fez! You see, now it sounds like you jizzed all over me.
I didn't step in because I'm in Anthony Cumia's house. He's a legend in radio, but I genuinely didn't. As it was happening, I was going like, well, no, I don't want to hurt Fez's feelings, and I don't want to make fun of him just to make fun of him when he's not here. We're all comics, and the truth of the matter is they were only making fun of you because they love you. Like, we're all comics, not Dave Smith.
I keep hearing that excuse.
Yeah, comics always use it. I'm sorry. I beat you in the head. I'm just a comic.
It's the same thing that you would say to a rape victim. I only do this because I care about you so much.
I love you so much.
I can't control myself. I don't know if she's going to go, really? What is it? My eyes? But this is him pulling out an olive branch, Fez. Take it.
What, to hit me with it?
No, take the olive branch. Take it.
No, I don't trust the Legion of Skanks.
No, well, this is your way of breaking them up. You're going to, you're going to come in between them. You're dividing them.
You let me know what I have to do in order to gain your trust. I'll go undercover. I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Who would you have put the blame on out of all the skanks of Fez's hard feelings yesterday?
Obviously, Dave Smith.
Boom. There you have it.
That's what I said.
They're turning on each other, Fez. Go with it.
All right. So what can we do to Dave Smith?
No, just get to this point. Just take his forgiveness.
All right.
And just like me and you should stick together because we're both minorities. You're a minority and a half.
Yeah.
Well, you're also a half gay.
I'm full gay.
Until you do something, Fez. That's not against you. I just want to put the carrot out there, or penis, if you will. I want to put that penis that you're chasing.
Dangle it in
I
front
don't
of
want
me.
you to be comfortable with your gayness if you haven't done anything gay.
He just wants to put that carrot in your butt.
Like it was a dog.
Like Ari Shaffir's little puppy.
Oh, that video. Oh.
It's a tough watch.
So here's the deal, Fez. I need you to have your focus on here. Just tell the real ass dude, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake, the professor himself, Professor
The ultimate minority.
The ultimate minority.
the Louis J. Gomez, that you accept his apology and we'll consider this a new start, new fresh start for everybody.
All right, I accept your apology, but you got to stick up for me against the other skanks.
Why would you add that? All you're going to do is get to this block today. You were together. You don't tell him what you has to do. Just boom, embrace.
I'm worried that next Tuesday this whole thing's going to happen again. Hey, the dumb gay guy bought my apology.
You and I are running into that Legion of Skanks podcast, and we're taking it over. And we lock the door behind us, and we give us, and now you can't leave. And then we start to hit them with pull sticks.
And then that's when you're on our side, Louis.
What? See, Fez, you can't do that. You leave it to be implied. But the second you say it, it comes across bad.
Well, I don't want that to happen.
Good.
I want to have backup.
Yeah.
From the rattlesnake.
That's right. This is the only one of them that actually can fight.
That's true.
That's true.
That
It
is
very
true. Yeah.
Guys, listen to me. Whatever I have to do, I appreciate you accepting my apology. I do want you to know that nobody was making fun of it of any place of hate.
I heard it.
All right, there was a little bit of hate.
What did they say?
They did an impression of here's what they said. The problem with Fez, and they're just having a conversation, but the podcasters don't understand that as soon as something happens, it gets sent there immediately. You know what I mean? Like, if we just gave an offhand remark about anybody, they would be tweeted by these fucking listeners. That's what the listeners do to stir up shit. Everybody tried to send me shit when Voss and Bonnie said something about Gurion. They're like, oh, play this on your show. They took an attack at Jeffrey Gurion. I think they said there's something weird about his hair. I don't know what it was. But something bizarre. You know, I mean, something so unbelievable no one would fall for. But that's what they do. So they were saying, here's what Fez needs to do. And then they were like, the sad thing is he came out so late that he's unfuckable. Nobody wants to fuck him. He should have came out when he was 22. But, Fez, you got to understand.
Well, no, they didn't really say that. They said that it's not even so much that people wouldn't want to fuck him. It's that who would want to have sex with any old person.
Okay, so that's the thing.
Like, apparently it's not so bad, but I do like the fact that you're using they now.
But, but the fact that, you came out in your golden years. You know what I mean? You are... You came out...
I came out 3 years ago.
Yes, that's what we're saying. I mean, when you come out, you dropped references today from the 1950s. I mean, you dropped shockingly old references,
Yeah, I
That's not
brought
really
up liver
coming out.
snaps.
I know we've went over this point multiple times, but until you do something sexual, it's not coming out. I really put you in the bi-curious category.
No, he's full
Are you
gay.
on my side or not?
I'm on your side, but I'm just being. I'm not. Look, I'm a real ass dude. I'm going to call a spade here.
Racist. That's racist.
Really is.
No.
All those spades beat the shit out of that girl in that McDonald's, and it wasn't cool.
I agree. Now, Chris, Fez, he's saying you're bi-curious because so far you're only curious.
Yeah, but I'm not bi-curious. I'm not curious about both sexes.
Then you're gay curious. You're solo curious.
Well, what do you jerk off to?
Gay stuff.
Yeah, that's gay. He's gay.
Gay porn.
Okay, that's not true. That doesn't make you gay. What you jerk off to?
Really? Like, before you have sex, when you're a virgin as a teenager, right? And you want to have sex with a woman, does that mean you're not straight because you haven't had sex with a woman yet? Not to use logic on the Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
It's a separate point, though. It's because you can get to a point, Fez is a little bit older, he's just been through the run in his imagination, so now he might need a little bit more to get off. Like, I'm not into trannies, but I've jerked off to tranny porn.
Or if you jerk off to rape porn, you're not a rapist. You've had a fantasy. A fantasy.
Oh.
You know? If like, let's say this.
That's a decent point.
If you jerk off looking at black girls and someone said, "You ever been with a black girl?" and you're like, "Yeah, I have." Who?
All day
Oh,
long,
no
I
one
dropped that
really.
dick.
I just jerked off to her in my mind. I wouldn't work. You've got to make that commitment. I think once you lock this thing down, Fez, you'll shut up the skanks forever. I think once you walk into that thing with some, I'm going to say, elderly person with you.
Why would you say that?
Well, someone that you met at bingo or whatever you're up to. You know?
I understand.
Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you,
Just, I mentioned anxiety earlier. That's part of it.
Well, there's but you could find someone who also has anxiety and you guys can be anxious.
Yeah, who wouldn't want a fucking anxious dude?
Yeah.
Banging Barney Fife. I think that might make me feel a little gay. Just the thought of that. Just a guy so scared in the bed, and you're like, yeah, this is fucking great. I'm dominating.
The nervous twitch.
Well, what would happen if you were nervous? What would be the worst thing that could happen?
Then I wouldn't, maybe I wouldn't be able to perform.
All right, now, you know who else can't perform gay sex?
Who?
Straight guys. No further question, Your Honor.
Damn.
The defense rests.
It is a curious situation.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying I'm gay. Have you been with anyone? No. Why not? I'm afraid my dick won't get hard.
Yeah.
That sounds about as far away from gay.
That's the exact way I would describe it.
But you don't like women at all. You're not attracted to women at all.
None, no.
Yeah. So he's gay, I think he's more anxious than his anxiety supersedes his sexuality.
And you think has nothing even to do with sexuality. It's just one of the many things that he's anxious about.
Yeah. Maybe it's just...
Could you have sex with a very dykey woman?
No.
If you're talking to me, yes.
Have you ever had sex with a woman?
No.
So you never had sex with anybody, period?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
What if she has a huge clit?
See? Comes back to this.
See? This is...
Just answer him. What if she did?
No.
What if the guy had a very small penis? Would that be more attractive? Would you rather be with a guy with a really tiny penis?
As opposed to one that's just crazy enormous? Yeah.
No, I didn't say opposed to anything. I said, would you like to have sex with a guy with a really tiny penis? As opposed to like two dogs that were attacking my cock? Yes. You don't have to, there was nothing else to bring in. Is your preference a guy with a small penis?
I would
and really tight balls, like, you know, like a young boy's tight balls.
Tight balls would be nice.
So the less dick, the best. Less cock and balls, the best.
Would you rather a young, tiny, petite lady boy with a small dick?
See, I feel like I'm on the Legion of Skanks podcast here, and I'm being mocked.
Question. I'm not mocking you. I mean this.
No, gay dudes aren't into lady boys, man. That's for straight dudes.
That's what I'm asking. It's either a lady boy with a small, tiny cock or a bull dyke. A really, really manly-looking woman with big arms, and she has a huge, huge clit that is very dick-like.
Neither one.
But you have to pick. Like, if I said this, who would you rather fuck, Hitler or Mussolini? You got to pick one of them.
Then I would take the lady boy, because it's a guy.
Now I've moved on to Hitler or Mussolini.
Oh.
Who are you going to be with?
Mussolini.
Interesting. I didn't see that for you. I saw you as a tiny dick Hitler guy.
Yeah, Mussolini.
It's Italian. It sounds like it's thick.
What you ever thought of paying for it?
That's been brought up.
What about it?
No, I'd be too nervous not knowing the person.
No, you're too fucking cheap. That's what it is. You're too cheap to pay to lose your virginity. What would you be nervous about not knowing them? Well, hey, in my history, not knowing the person, then you can do anything you want. You can be anybody you want.
And there's no anxiety, no performance anxiety, because you don't have to perform. They have to perform for you. They got to get you off.
Yeah, but being intimate with a stranger like that would make me very nervous. Because I don't know what's going to happen.
But see, here's what I do.
He's going to jerk you off, and you're gonna shoot.
When I would go to the beach when I was a kid, like even my family, I'd meet, a girl on the beach, and she's like, I'd have to leave in a couple of days. And she goes, you guys are leaving already? I go, yeah, I got to go back to my band. Got a really big fucking band back there. What are you doing? Play guitar. Play guitar. Maybe I'll write a song about it. You can say anything you want. You can live the life you want.
I'm surprised Fez hasn't, like, you're basically a radio legend. You're a celebrity in your own right. I'm sure there's hundreds of fans that would be suitable for you just to go on a date with. Why don't you have a win a date with Fez contest and just bang one of the fans?
You want to do that, Fez?
No, these people say horrible things about me on Twitter. I'm not having sex with one of them.
Not every one of them says something bad, though.
That's the ultimate revenge.
Yeah. You want to do a Twitter contest where you pick one of the best tweet you'll have sex with? Does that sound romantic enough for you, Fez?
Just the opposite.
This is what people don't understand. Fez is looking for romance.
Yeah, I was about to ask you what would be an ideal scenario then?
I would like to get to know a person and be in a relationship with them and have sex with them then.
So why haven't you tried to go on any dates or anything to get to know somebody?
I've tried talking to people in bars and I get shot down and it makes me more nervous and it just builds.
Right.
What about Tinder? You ever tried Tinder?
Grinder.
It's been brought up. That's just an app full of strangers.
Wikipedia.
That's exactly why people love it.
You don't have any gay friends or else that would be okay. A stranger is just a friend you haven't had sex with yet. That old saying.
I think that's Grindr's slogan.
Maybe
Aren't those people going on Grindr and they're on Tinder? Those are the same people that are going to a bar and meeting people. It's the same.
It's true.
World. We're in a technologically driven world where people just do this now. So it's not like it's the same people. It's the same dudes.
Yeah, it's just expedited. It's quicker. They cut out the small talk.
Yeah, and then honestly, you have like a history on them. You should be a little less nervous because when people have Facebook profiles and kind of internet profiles, you have a much bigger picture of who they really are. Like back in the day, I used to cheat on my girlfriends all the time because there was no paper trail. But now you can't. You got to find a real piece of shit to cheat today.
So you really?
So you're a great guy.
Yeah. The only thing keeping him even slightly true is the fact that he's being watched.
Right. You're a great person, Louis J. Gomez.
The professor.
Big brother, man. Big brother.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Have you ever been on Grindr and just swiped around like to the second and third profile? I mean, the first one's usually, I assume, a cock. So you got to swipe to pay picture 2 or 3 to get a face.
Yeah.
It goes cock, abs.
Yeah, you get a lot of torsos.
Yeah, like cock, abs,
Where do
and
you see that on
face on third photo.
On any of those apps
which one
or
are you
dating
on?
sites.
Which one are you on? That
I'm not on any of them.
But you've been to them that you know these things.
Yeah, and I've seen other people use them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What about grind him? Is there something called grind him instead of grind her?
It would be a more apropos name.
Boy, you went for that, didn't you?
Shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Somebody needs to create an app like I'm gay, but I'm too nervous to meet people. Also, don't be a stranger. I'd like to get to know you. I've never been with anybody.
Yeah, that would be like when you were sitting alone in an AOL chat room in 1994. Because you don't run into a lot of gay guys that are afraid to have gay sex, or am I wrong about that, Fez?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Because the whole thing of you're afraid to getting a hard-on, I would think that most gay kids, the reason why it's hard to get out, is that they were afraid they would get a hard-on in gym class or watching the swim team. Like, I think they were worried, I'm too excited, where you're worried you're not excited at all.
Yeah, the nerves would
Well,
get
what
a hold
about
of me.
this? What if you met the perfect guy, right? A really great guy. A guy that you could go to the movies with, you could watch wrestling with, you know, you could cuddle with, but all you ever did was rub your limp dick all over him. Would that be a success or a fail for you?
I think at this point it would be a big success.
Would you really feel? Then you got nothing to fear, dude. If you're telling the truth, then you got nothing to fear, because that would be the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually. That's a huge success. That's worst case scenario.
Fez, do you have a huge libido?
What does that mean?
Do you feel sexual? You're a lustful guy.
No, not. I think if I was, I would have done this by now. It would have overcome the anxiousness.
It's just very small. It's just a tinge of it.
Yeah, and not all the time.
How often do you masturbate?
I think. See, I'm not giving out more skank material.
No, this isn't skank material. This is friend material. I'm not bringing this back to those pieces of shit. This is us.
He doesn't care about those other skanks. He's broken up from them. What is it, like Haley's Comet? Like a once every fucking...
Brooklyn's coming around again.
Does it go with the seasons? Is that it?
Well, winter's a tough time.
Seasons change. What's that?
Every election cycle.
Cold.
A Republican! That's the other thing. To be with Fez, you really got to be a log cabin Republican.
It's a real narrow dating pool.
Well, Fez, believe it or not, I got to end the show before we fixed your problems. We were close.
And we were so close, especially with unlicensed sexual therapist Louis J. Gomez on the line.
Not only is he's also unlicensed to drive, but that doesn't stop him either.
Nothing stops a Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
And is that branding working for you? Do you feel good about it, Louis?
Yeah, it's
okay.
fun. I'm half making fun of guys who have nicknames. That's why I have 8 of them.
I don't know. Fez, why don't you thank all of our guests today? Because there's been a hell of a lot of them.
Want to thank Joe Coy. He's performing at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York tonight through Saturday. LevityLive.com for tickets. Joe Coy is going to be performing at Treasure Island Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's next Friday, a week from tomorrow, March 20th. TreasureIsland.com for tickets and at Joe Coy on social media. Ari Shaffir, the brand new special, Passive Aggressive, that debuts on Comedy Central this Friday, tomorrow night at midnight on Comedy Central. You can see Ari tonight with the This Is Not Happening show with his guests Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, and Cristela Alonso. That's on tonight at 12:30 a.m. Eastern on Comedy Central. And Yannis Pappas performing at Levity Live in 2 weeks. West Nyack, New York, Friday, March 27th through Sunday, March 29th. LevityLive.com for tickets and go to AOL.com to see his brand new show, 2 Point Lead. That's Yannis Pappas.
Thanks.
Good to see you again, buddy.
Thank you guys, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, let's not wait too long before we do this again. Louis J. Gomez, the real ass deal, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake, the professor himself. Good to talk to you, pal. I'm glad you and Fez are friends again.
Yeah, I'm really happy, man. Thanks so much, guys. Always happy to come and talk shit, man.
Hey, I'm so glad to hear that you quit the Skanks, too. That really means a lot to Fez. That means a lot to Fez. All right, talk to you later. That's it for us.
That's the end of my show.
Stuff.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
The director's chair, that's on El Rey Network. Different show times throughout the week, so go to elreynetwork.com.
And then, they have that wrestling that you would like, Fez.
Lucha Underground.
I've been invited to that if I get to L.A.
Lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Call me lucky. That's my thing. Actually, compared to Barry, call me really lucky.
They have a wrestler. He has the scariest mask in wrestling out of all the luchadors.
Yeah.
I think his name is Pentagon 2 or Pentagon Jr. Just frightening looking.
A lot of stuff is scaring you these days, pal.
Yeah.
Including your own dreams, huh? Your own mind is getting you.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas, Rhode Island.
Hey.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
I don't have anything for you.
You don't?
No. Thanks for calling. I don't know what this is about. I felt like a dealer there. You know what I mean? The Eagle has not landed. Homeland Security is watching everybody. What is this? Is this live? The police up on the roof in a home in Ferguson, tactical situation. During my lifetime, I have seen the police go from looking like the police to looking like the army. You know what I mean? Like, police did not look and dress that way when I was younger. They all used to look like Barney Fife. So I guess this is something from those two cops being shot last night, huh?
Yeah, they still don't have a suspect, so maybe this is involving that. Maybe they've zeroed in on the shooter.
The wingman feels very strongly right now that we've zeroed in on the shooter. We've zeroed in. The net is closing here.
And we're going to stand on his roof until he comes out.
Did you just say a roof?
I may have.
You didn't. I just threw that out there. And I'm going to use the word, I'm going to use initial here I don't like to use, F with you. And not the other F. First F.
Oh. To me, the other F is becoming the first F.
And then you're the one who invented the word. You've invented the phrase, the other F word. No one else has ever said it. including all the F's out there.
It's his humble brag.
That he, invented it?
Yeah, the other F word.
Yeah.
He should brand that.
I actually don't even think there's anything humble about it. I think it's just a straight proud brag. But Barry is concerned about you, Fez, because he heard you yesterday. Are you okay today?
Yesterday was a very, very rough day. I'm just going to stick by you and be your wingman.
All right. You like it over there, huh?
Yeah.
You like being under the wing. I bet when you were a little kid, they would have had to give you those like little pilot's wings that they would hand out, which, by the way, I never got.
No, I never flew until I was an adult.
Still can get them as adults. I've known adults that ask for them. I asked for one when I was a little kid, and the pilot actually said this, son, these are for people that we think could become pilots.
Wow.
If anything, we'll get you a miniature welder's helmet. Something that you could feel excited about.
Way harsh, Captain.
Are they all captains?
You know what? I don't think they're all pilots, because some are co-pilots, but I think they're all captains.
Even the co-pilot is a captain?
Yeah.
They have to be. They're the person who has to sort of take charge if the pilot's kind of screwing up, and that's where they think a lot of these Asian flights are going down, because they're
You're a racist. You're a racist.
But you never hear the announcement, Captain Phillips will be assisted by Lieutenant Johnson.
Private Anderson up here?
Oh, God.
This is going to be the last time I talk, because I'm kind of weirded out right now. There's a lot of buttons. You don't even like to look at the cockpit.
No, because it just looks like a technical mess. It looks like somebody just poured the guts out of every machine into that little tiny room.
Joey, what's up, buddy?
What's up? What's
Hey.
up, boys?
Hey.
What a piece of junk Cablevision is. We in Westchester and all over. We don't even get the L-Ray network.
You're insane. Because you're missing out on the Grindhouse movies.
You have to call them and ask for it.
Is that what you got to do?
That's what they say. Call it, if you don't get L-Ray, call your local cable operator.
I can't even get my local cable operator to show up for me, let alone put on the programming I want. Fez, since you're the wingman today, what's on your mind? What's bothering Fez?
Oh, there's Page 6 did an article in the New York Post about Rosie O'Donnell. And a View producer, I guess this was a few weeks before Rosie left the show, a View producer started screaming at Rosie on the set in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And so it became an HR... I'm surprised they're not mutating them where they're down to one leg. Just so it's even easier to shoot. Just have dead lions in the gift shop and save everybody the trouble. Step off the plane, wrap that up, take it home in a gift bag.
Here's Bob. Bob.
Yeah, Ronnie, tell that Fez to take some spelling lessons. The animal spelled GNU is pronounced new, not GNU.
I was wondering why he even went for it, but he was just going sentence after sentence, and I was like, go ahead and run on.
Just let him go.
Yeah, right on, Josephine.
All right, thanks.
By the way, the people from El Rey wrote to me, thanks for riding with El Rey. And I'm
Nice.
like, we got to lift that. We got to start telling people, thanks for riding with Ron and Fez. You're all 1%ers.
And we still have that director's chair poster feature.
Yes, I'm not giving it away yet, Fez.
Right.
I just said we have it, and at some point I will give it away to a lucky listener. Here's Ezra. Go ahead, Ez.
Hey, Fezzy, first of all, if you were more concerned about the animals being mutilated, they wouldn't have to be mutated in the first place. But on the other hand, I'm really happy that you're doing a View bit again, because if we all remember the last time you did it, it involved Star Jones and a CETA post.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember when you used to do the Star Jones impression?
No, when did I do that? Oh, okay, I remember it.
Remember how the voice sounded?
Yeah.
Every day you'd tell us how she rubbed up on a CETA post.
Yeah, I don't remember that part of it.
You got to get that back. You sure like The View, huh?
I don't watch it, but I really am fascinated by the behind-the-scenes looks at it.
Really? That's really, huh? Fascinated.
Just by who they bring in and out to fill those chairs. It hasn't been good since Joy Behar left.
Nothing has, my friend. Nothing has. Allison, I see you got a husband now.
Yeah.
Did he leave your fingers in a wedding cake, or is it sticky fingers?
Yeah. I was wondering if Fez is going to watch Dancing with the Stars to support Michael Sam.
I've never watched that show before. I'll watch it this season.
Oh, good.
Well, why don't you just wear that jersey that you bought?
Well, that was two teams ago.
You can finally use it.
I'll wear it the night if he makes it to the finals.
All right, Carla writes something really interesting. She says, it's so funny how when Fez is participating, Shelby is too, after no talkie for a long time. They are the same person. And that goes to proof, Fez, when you come in with energy, your mini-me does as well. And then when you're down and depressed, so is your mini-me.
So the wingman has a wingman?
Oh, please. If we fucking did a me and my shadow bit with you two guys dancing, there wouldn't be a fucking dry pair of pants out there. You guys are the same. He is a younger you. And
but I wasn't like me when I was younger.
Huh?
I didn't have all these anxieties and phobias and things.
Who were you like if you weren't like you when you were younger?
I was a completely different me.
I'm ready to hear all the details, because I've never heard anyone say I wasn't me when I was younger.
Yeah, I was a different man. I wasn't anything like Shelby when I was Shelby's age.
Do you realize this is how people get locked up when you say stuff like that? I wasn't me when I was younger. I was someone else. Completely someone else.
I can't be responsible for those bodies.
Rick. Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, Ronnie. I was calling just to see what you and I had a talk yesterday about your Eagles, and you had painted a picture of Chip Kelly walking down the street with getting hit in the head with everything from rocks to beer cans because of the moves that he's made. And I was wondering if you're feeling any better after the DeMarco Murray situation today.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to sit around and cheer for off-season stuff. That's ridiculous. I got in elevators with people today, and all they asked me about is the Eagles, as if I'm somehow connected to this. I don't even understand how people get excited during draft time. I think that you have to be borderline insane to sit and watch a draft, because you don't even know what you're looking at or if any of this is going to come about. And yet people are cheering and wearing their shirts. And now it's not even going to be in New York anymore, because you can go out and sell it to other cities. Cities are buying the fact that the draft comes there like it was a Super Bowl.
I might watch it if...
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present for your intellectual and philosophical pleasure,
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy Hits. Channel 99.
Okay, let's get down to it, boppers.
Yeah, buddies. It's the Ron and Fez show. Our first day back of the new year. Thursday, March 12th, 2015. In the year of our Lord. Lots of stuff going on today. Fez and I watched a screening of a powerful film last night called Call Me Lucky, and Fez, you almost didn't recover from it.
Didn't recover from it, and it visited it in my dreams last night.
I don't want to give anything away to the audience because it's an unbelievable film. This is a documentary that Bobcat Goldthwait, who I've talked about many times on this show, being one of my favorite filmmakers. And he did it on a legendary comedian called Barry Crimmins, and Barry was incredibly brave. I was thinking when I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I just feel like I don't go anywhere near the deep end of the pool. Like, I feel like I'm a swimmer, you know? I feel like I'm swimming, but where? Down in the kiddie pool? But as the film rolls out around the country, just won a big award in Boulder, playing at one of my favorite places in the whole world, the Boulder Theater. We'll talk about it more. I think it's going to be in Chattanooga next. Bobcat's going to be down there doing a Q&A and all. And you just, if you get the opportunity to see this film, you surely must. Also, this is kind of cool. The people at El Rey talked about me heard about me talking about one of my new favorite shows, which is on the El Rey network. Actually, there's so much stuff on there that I dig. But it's the director-to-director show where Rodriguez sits down in a very unmasked way and talks with directors. He does like 2 hours with Quentin Tarantino going over the films, and since it's one director talking to another director, you're getting stuff that if you yourself had never thought of some of this. But just alone to hear Tarantino talk about music and what he picks and why he picks it, it's just it's a really, really cool show. And then they have like a Grindhouse series, so you're seeing this, but it's The Director's Chair is the name of it. The Director's Chair on the El Rey network. But they sent us this poster from the first one that they did with Francis Ford Coppola. It's just really, really cool. All the different movie characters against Francis's face. So I thought I'd give that out to a Francis Ford Coppola fan. You have to be like really into Francis Ford Coppola because this would be a collector's item for you if you are. And Shelby, when we ship this, I want it to stay in nice condition.
Got it.
I don't want this to be what I now call a Shelby shipping. You a Coppola fan at all?
Yeah, I'm a huge Coppola fan. And
favorite movie?
The Godfather.
First?
No, number two.
Okay, so now you leap ahead. Number two. The one movie of his, well, first of all, I've probably seen The Godfather the first two so many times I can't even stand it. But The Conversation, to me, is maybe the perfect movie. Maybe that perfect movie, like I can remember the first time I saw it, how shocking the swerve was to me. But then I felt like that every single time that I watched it.
Where do you rank Jack on the list of Coppola films?
You're trying to bust balls, isn't it? See how he tries to bust balls with
El
me?
Rey does something very nice.
Yeah, El Rey.
Shit on it.
Yeah, El Rey did something nice. And then the miniature shock jock. You know, yesterday he was my wingman. But not today, Fez.
No, that's why you can never call him a wingman. You never know when that wing's going to fall off.
Thanks. I need a wingman today. Who wants to be it?
Me.
Okay.
I'm in.
Fez has raised his hand for wingman. And there's two things.
I raised my wing.
Yeah. That means you agree with every single thing that I say, and you don't bring up a movie jack when I'm promoting something. And then two, you go out and get me wings during the show. So it's actually a big day for you. You get doubles.
Issue, and the producer was suspended and eventually fired.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reading the story, and then I scroll down to the comments section it's on the iBind. The link is there. I scroll down to the comments section on page 6, and everybody is so anti-Rosie. Rosie didn't say anything controversial. She didn't offend anybody. And yet everyone is still anti-Rosie when she's the one that got screamed at.
I'm going to guess everyone but you. You're pro-Rosie, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't really know this story, but
well, apparently this went all the way up to the corporate ABC offices.
Yeah, I'm not part of that. I'm not privy to what happens in those offices. But why would anyone care about this? This is two co-workers having an argument, right?
Right. Yeah.
Why does this matter to the general public?
Well, it's just when The View constantly changes staff and personnel and casts, it's an insider look at what's going on at that show.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yes, it's you're wondering what's going on there.
I haven't. So people are yelling at each other. Now you're mad about what happened in the comment section?
Yes, why do people just have to go after Rosie when things aren't even her fault?
Well, you know.
She's just, I am sick of the universal hate for Rosie O'Donnell.
Is this a gay thing?
It's an anti-gay thing. I know that much. It's an anti-gay thing. It's an anti-heart attack victim thing.
Wait a minute. You think people hate heart attack victims?
I think they. I think they cheered when Rosie had a heart attack.
I think you're on new meds. I don't even know. I can't even follow this story. So the bottom line is you want people to like Rosie O'Donnell more.
Yes, she's hysterical.
So what you got to do, Fez, this can be your new thing, is that you keep come up with topics of why people should love her, and you got to turn it around from a PR point of view. Let's suppose that if you were the PR company, right? Mm-hmm. Your campaign can be stop not liking Rosie. That can't be it. You got to find positive reasons for us to like Rosie. Like, give us a big joke she's doing right now that everybody can get behind.
All right, I can't think of a Rosie joke offhand.
All right, is this the reason why you like her? Because she's gay and she had a heart attack?
It makes me feel close to her, yes.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. All right, so we're all going to... Fez every day is going to find reasons why we like Rosie. And then we'll stop writing bad comments. Where were people writing bad comments?
This was on the Page 6 website.
Yeah, I go there every morning and I put my comments in. Normally it's about the Kardashians.
Are you a big Todd Glass fan too? Because he's gay and he's had a heart attack.
Yes, I am.
He loves Todd Glass. I would say...
I came very close to reading his book. I just don't read.
But dude, you would have really liked his book. His book would have spoken to you. It would have actually helped you with this, your gay uncomfortability.
And it's not like, oh, they give you a self-help book, maybe. Like, this would really, I read it, and it's a great book. He says everything that you need to hear.
And yeah, but don't take this the wrong way. He was never comfortable with being gay.
Right.
So it's just a way of showing, how you start to like yourself a little bit.
Well, I could definitely use that.
I know Ant was saying a lot of nice stuff about you yesterday. You went on the phone with him.
No, I did not want to participate in that. I didn't know where it was going. So I opted not to speak.
You didn't speak at all?
Well, just to tell you that I didn't want to go on.
Well, he was saying some lovely things. Here's Matt. Matt.
Well, hey, Ron, I just got to say, I don't want to jinx it, but I am so proud of how active Fez has been the last couple of weeks. I don't know what fire you lit under him, but man, it's great to have him.
I don't want to yell that Fez is back, but Fez is back in a big, big way. The wingman is there again.
Bro, I'm proud to see it going on. Talk to you later.
I'm thinking about medium today,
Really?
My stomach doesn't feel that good.
All right.
You still got that 50% off for life, right?
I got it, yeah. I've got it laminated so I don't lose it.
Did BL ever get one for Chris?
No, that never happened. She promised one.
Yeah, she did. She makes a lot of promises, that nine-fingered girl. All right, Shelby, let's let you get into this.
Did you see this crazy video on the iBang of a cop just totally going wrestler on these two spring breakers?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't insane, especially since like the situation in Ferguson, where every cop is just getting annihilated for how they treat black people. But I think if this video is hilarious because he's picking on two white guys, but if there was like this guy versus two black guys, this would be all over the CNN right now. Not like the tactical situation. This would just be on a loop. I'll know we're in a post-racial society.
What are you doing over there?
post-racial
What has
society.
gotten into you two guys?
When the races go away, Ron.
I know, but what has happened that both of you guys are into political rants this morning? So you're saying life is hard for white spring breakers.
This is hilarious, but if there was a black people in this video, we would be horrified.
That's because of this.
Yeah.
When you see a cop cuffing two white kids at spring break, the chances are 100% that they deserve it, because there's nothing but drunk white kids down there being rowdy. But when you go from 10 drunk rowdy to 11 drunk rowdy, that's when they start to get bowdy Fez. So he's saying to me, I need you to help explain this.
I'll get you through it. I'm your wingman.
He's saying that there's some kind of that white people have it tough because when they get arrested, no one is alarmed by it.
Right, yeah, that nobody takes this seriously. CNN isn't showing up in Fort Lauderdale with camera crews.
First of all, I don't know how old you are, but they haven't done spring break in Fort Lauderdale since probably 1968. What do you go back to? Where the Boys Are? Was that your time?
It's a good song. It's a theme song.
It's a wonderful movie, too.
But this cop is taking it to a 10. Like, he puts one of them in a chokehold, and he's practically going into Hulkamania and putting his hand to his ear, like, having the crowd cheer him on. It's insane.
Yeah, you don't need to put it on for us. It's up on the iBang if anybody wants to go and view it. All right, Fez, back to you. We're just going through. I'm going to let you guys do rants today because you're both all fired up.
South Africa.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Yeah.
What are we against there? Apartheid?
No, these South Africa game preserves are setting up mutant animals.
By the way, doesn't that sound like delicious, a game preserve? You could just spread it on your toast in the morning?
Delicious.
It gives me that antelope-y taste that I'm looking for.
So these hunting grounds, they're mutating wild animals for big game hunters to show up on these preserves.
I've never heard of this, but this is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, this is where you're going to mutate something into something you can't stop.
On the new Jurassic Park, they're actually making new dinosaurs.
Because that's what we needed.
So what are they making?
Well, what they're doing is, so these game hunters show up, they're going to hunt these animals. They've mutated lions to be bright white.
Kimba.
Yeah, that's one. Another is they've taken a gnu, which is normally gray, and they've made it like a bright orange, like a bronze. So they're not mutating these animals.
They're just dyeing them.
So that these great hunters are taking home something unique. They're only mutating them so that they're even easier to kill. They're just they're taking away their camouflage.
So you think that they should mutate them to make them harder to kill?
Well,
a lion with like wings.
That way, if it can fly away when it sees the hunters approaching, I would be up for that. I don't know how these people can go to these preserves, shoot these animals that have been mutated, basically with targets growing out of their fur, and feel good about themselves. To come home and say, oh yes, I killed a lion, here's the head.
And now you've heard the rest of the story.
To me, they're the biggest cowards. They're supposed to be, we're these great hunters.
The lion's stupid. He should know, hey, I shouldn't have sex with this other lion. I'm going to put a big target on myself.
That's not how they do that, though.
Yeah, they force him to have sex.
They don't not.
That's how they breed.
That's not how you breed a mutation.
Take one weird-looking one normal-looking one, and then they're going to make a sort of normal weird-looking one.
You know what I feel like?
You just heard his own family tree?
No, exactly. But it feels like we're in a family that our son is like a special needs and he's in the back seat going off on something he knows nothing about. And I don't feel like telling him to shut up because I think it's just good that he's trying something.
We found his thing.
Yeah.
DNA modification. Some kids...
Which he thinks is really, really slow.
Yeah. Some kids take to music or art. He takes to DNA rearranging. So you can't... a hunter that's coming back.
By the way, I've never even heard of this thing. I've never heard of one story any of you guys are bringing up today.
I was shocked when I heard this.
I don't know whether there's crystal meth around here, but something is happening big. It's exciting. It feels like a mutation of this show.